You are about to experience the Drunken Peasants podcast, the greatest podcast in human history. Please recognize that this podcast is designed to be amusing and entertaining, and thus we engage in satirical comments, exaggerations, and even dirty jokes. If you are offended by such things, please go away and die. If you enjoy this podcast, we ask that you help to support its existence by contributing to our Patreon at patreon.com/DP. Contributors get regular access to monthly private shows, special commentaries, Google Hangouts with the peasants, and more. If you don't want to do that, you can also support the show by visiting audibletrial.com/Drunken Peasants to get a free audiobook and access to over 150,000 audiobook titles, including great selections on science and skepticism. And if you shop on Amazon.com, we strongly urge you to use one of the Amazon affiliate links in the description section of our videos. You can help support the show simply by using our link to buy things you were going to buy anyway. Now that we've got all that shit out of the way, sit back and enjoy the show. And enjoy the show.
I need a bathroom or a shower.
Yeah. No, I'll do it right here. You guys just avert your eyes.
Let it rip.
Neckbeard level 5 million.
Fuck women.
That President
Ben.
Bush is...
Can you do an amalgam of George W. Bush and Dracula?
No.
This even happened.
Scotty, you said you want to do a YouTube channel at some point. I think that your first act should read about the Illuminati and then come back and tell us if there's any merit to it.
I don't know, she might come back believing.
You know, I hope you do. The show would be a lot more interesting.
Might have to kill you and Ben, though, if you're part of the conspiracy.
It's a conspiracy!
You would think the world would be a lot cooler if it was really run by Satanists. You know, like, the fact that everything is so lame and, like, watered down and generic and pussified, to me, signifies that we're not being run by Satan. Because it seems like if we were run by Satan, there'd be, like,
Strip joints on every fucking corner, brothels and bordellos are everywhere, fucking people are dying in the streets.
Coming to you live from the frigid armpit of America, this is the Drunken Peasants podcast with Ben and TJ, bringing you opinions of the news from an altered perspective.
Fuck it!
Hey man, you got a joint?
No, not on me, man.
I don't have facts to back this up.
It'd be a lot cooler if you did.
What the fuck you talking about, atheist? It's okay.
you're nothing, KJ. You're garbage.
I just want to be liked.
You're garbage.
And now, here are your hosts, Ben and TJ.
We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Fucking thing sucks. Welcome everyone to the Drunken Peasants podcast, episode 177.
I like the sound of that.
The sound of that.
7, you know.
And TJ has taken the advice of that song.
177, man.
Yeah,
I feel that.
You feel the 177-ness?
I feel it, man. I feel it deep.
You feel stoned, TJ. That's what it is.
I feel like I'm not very loud.
Not very loud.
You're loud enough.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Ben has to play the odds, TJ.
You're the odds, Scotty.
I'm the odds? Okay.
Yes.
That makes no sense.
I don't care. You have to be hit with this thing.
Ow.
TJ, you're far too mellow today.
Sorry.
Hey, guy.
Hey.
I'll try to fake enthusiasm.
Okay.
Yeah, man! Fucking Drunken Peasants podcast up in this bitch! That's all I got.
That's all you...
That's all I can do. Don't hit me. Fuck you.
You just hit me, though.
I did not. No one saw that.
Okay, well, I think they might have, though.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Fuck that shit.
Cheetah's always assaulting people. What can he do? You know, he can't help himself.
No one can. Everyone likes to assault Scotty.
We should probably just
true.
We should probably just get right into playing videos.
Do it.
All right.
Yeah.
First video here.
Do it.
Is by the Febreze guy, the guy that says Febreze is toxic and...
We have some here.
Yep.
Oh, no.
Look.
I was spraying it on...
We have it.
I was spraying it on TJ.
Time to turn
earlier.
some children gay.
Yep.
With Febreze.
I was trying to turn TJ full-blown gay.
I'm actually fine with you doing that, TJ. You smell pretty bad.
Spray you.
So,
Febreze fight.
strangely enough, the Febreze guy thinks that the Paris terrorist attacks
Are fake?
are false flags.
Okay, yeah.
Of course.
Of course he does.
What a shock.
Nothing real ever happens.
Nope.
It's all the government.
Crisis actors in France.
Yeah, man, look at that. That's a very official looking logo. You know he's got some truth.
Really?
All right.
It's just...
It's stupid. It's fucking... Oh my god, it's ridiculous.
It's absurd.
You wouldn't believe the shit they expect us to fucking believe.
I think he said it's redonkulous.
It's
Yeah, he did.
redonkulous.
He did say
horrible.
redonkulous.
Just, no, don't ever say that.
This is redonka-donk, y'all. Oh. What? You're horrible.
We've seen this song and dance so many times before. You know, these magical things that happen in the midst of...
What was magical about it? Usually when
it's completely plausible.
when a bunch of Muslim extremists go and shoot people and blow people up, there's nothing. No one's like, "What a magical moment! This should be like a Disneyland ride."
Yeah, is this
or
fucking
some
Disney
shit.
World now?
What are you fucking talking about? What's magical about it, you dipshit? Huh?
Of horrible tragedy. Somehow, you know, it's like one of the shooting. It was the FSU shooting, and the guy had a book that managed to stop one of the bullets, and that becomes a big story and how wonderful it is. Well, check out this. This so-called survivor was saved by his cell phone.
How is that implausible?
It's so ridiculous to think that a fucking object that someone has on them might stop a bullet from penetrating their skin. I mean, what is so implausible about believing that a cell phone can deflect a bullet if the bullet comes at a certain angle or whatever? I mean, obviously, if you've got some, like, 45 round being shot at you, you know, from a direct angle, point blank into the phone, yeah, it's not going to save you, but if we're talking about some shot from, like, a 9mm or fucking something that maybe ricocheted off something else or it just got a glancing blow in the first place or whatever, sure. What the fuck is implausible about that? What's magical about it? There's, you know,
because we've heard this story time and time again, TJ.
You're acting like, yeah, the reason you've heard it time and time again is because it happens all the fucking time.
No.
No!
Crisis actors!
Okay.
That is way more plausible.
Yeah, it's in, you know, what are you guys going to believe? Are you going to believe... I mean, what, like, just...
The mountains of evidence that the
weigh
terrorist
these two
attacks
things
occurred.
against each other.
Who aspires to be a crisis actor?
He's basically saying that, like, you gonna believe this shit? They say a cell phone deflected a bullet. Meanwhile, his claim is that the entire event has been elaborately staged by actors, and no one, you know, all these people are involved. No one's saying anything. They've all been sworn to secrecy. Thousands of people, you know? I mean, one of these that happened at a concert. You know, how did they keep real people from going to that concert? Did they just fake sell out all the tickets or something?
Yeah.
All the crisis actors?
Well, you know what? It's a form of entertainment. The bad must have been in on it.
The government just come out and say to the audience, all right, we're going to give everyone $100, but you guys have to claim that a terrorist attack happened here tonight. You know, $100 for anyone who's... Everyone, raise your hand if you're not willing to lie. I don't see any hands. Okay, this is going to work, you guys. I mean, how? What are the dynamics of that? How does anyone even set that in motion? I'm literally arguing with a guy who thinks that Febreze turns people into homosexuals.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep going.
No, let's just see what he's going to say now.
Saved by his cell phone from the shrapnel.
Yeah.
As I say, you can't make this shit up. Let's listen in.
Impossible shrapnel. What?
You know, Teddy Roosevelt, the former president, was shot in the chest while he was about to give a speech, and the speech folded up in his pocket stopped the bullet.
You actually believe that shit, Ben?
Come on.
You're a fucking idiot.
The
It stopped the
Illuminati
bullet from
controls us.
going all the way in.
They made that up.
Okay, Ben. Well, you're part of the Illuminati if you believe that.
That was just bullshit to inflate his poll numbers artificially. Everyone knows that.
His poll numbers.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Bullshit story.
False flag presidential assassination.
Crisis actors. You know how these things
Controlled by the Illuminati. Yeah.
No one has ever actually shot another person, okay? Everyone knows that gun owners are responsible. All this violence, you know, it's all just made up by the government to trick us into taking our guns away. Probably something the reptilians are up to. Who knows?
A story that's a bit more on a positive note, and one witness to the attacks says his cell phone actually saved his life.
What was that?
He didn't witness anything.
Yeah.
Was that your Beavis impersonation?
Yeah. Man who is going by the name Sylvester says that his phone...
He's going by the name Sylvester. He might as well be Sylvester the cat, because, I mean, we don't know him from fucking Moses.
Shrapnel as he crossed...
Wait, someone's name is evidence that they're a phony.
Sylvester, that sounds like a fake name. Sounds like a fake fucking
They're
name.
openly mocking us, people.
Might as well be Sylvester the fucking cat or Sylvester Stallone, who is just as much of a cartoon character.
Yeah, not a real person.
Street near the Stade de France. Listen.
Le temps qu'il raccroche, je traversais et directement boum, ça a explosé devant moi.
The time it took to hang up, I was crossing the street and straight away, boom, it exploded right in front of me. Everything was blown to bits and I felt stuff flying around.
All right. What is this?
He spilled some jam on his shirt. That's all that
phony.
is.
This is fake.
Fake.
He was drinking red wine.
Oh, yeah. Fake. That is fucking bullshit.
I mean, also, he wasn't speaking English. I mean, he could have been saying anything. We don't know what the translation really is.
I mean, seriously, what is that? What the hell is that? How can you have blood, if that is blood, without any tear in the shirt itself?
Checkmate.
And he just happens to watch.
Do you have any idea how small some shrapnel can be?
TJ, this guy knows better than you. He's an expert in these kind of scenarios.
Yeah.
Walk right next to a bomb that goes off, and the only thing that gets damaged is his fucking cell phone? Watch.
Around and I left. I fell and then I got back up.
Let's see what is stupid.
So wait, it wasn't even a bullet. It was just shrapnel?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I think they're about to show his phone, too.
That shirt says.
Around and I left. I fell and then I...
Keep on something. Let's see if we can see it.
And I felt stuff flying around and I left. I fell and...
Keep on the... I don't know what it is.
Then I got back up.
And there's
that's
his
when
phone.
you guys saw me. You were already there.
Ah! Wait a second. Let's hear that again.
And that's when you guys saw me. You were already there.
What?
Yeah, what does that prove?
Is that what Sherlock Holmes said every time he solved a case? Like, Watson's like, yeah, he does that.
That's kind of his
referring
thing.
to the media. The people, the ITELI, Reuters, that just happen to be there.
Maybe that's why they talked to him, because he was near them when this event happened.
They just happened to be on the scene of a breaking news story, because we know the media doesn't ever do that. it's kind of like their job to do that. I mean, you can argue like if they cover relevant shit or not, but that obviously they're not going to pass up a story like this. And this guy was obviously involved in an extraordinary event, so why would they not talk to him? It's like, oh, some crazy shit happened to you.
When the bomb went off, how does that work, folks? Well, we've seen it many times before. It just happened to be there. It's just a coinky-dink, though. I mean, seriously, there's no way. I mean, they just happened to be...
Okay, 120 people died, right? If it was just this guy and there was this miraculous event, then maybe your incredulity would kind of make sense, but a bunch of other people didn't have, like, oh, the terrorists tried to blow this guy up, but luckily... the ceiling fan fell and it absorbed the blow, and then he survived. A lot of people actually died, and shrapnel and bullets and explosions and shit tore their bodies apart. So I don't understand how, in the context of that, this one person's story of being spared raises any sort of eyebrows whatsoever. Yeah, a lot of people were injured. A lot of people were killed.
Walking down the streets, just like the New York Times reporter who just happened to walk past all the places that were bombed, right? And taken her son to the dentist, or what is it, the eye doctor, right? And her husband just happened to be in the Stade de France when the bombs went off. He just happened to be there.
That's just incredulity. That's all it is.
It's just the coinky-dink, folks. These things happen, right? So
yeah, they do. Here's an example of when it did.
Paris is a major city. I mean, tons of Americans go to Paris every year. It's like I think it's the most visited city in the world. So of course, shit like this is just going to happen. Like, I don't understand this narrative. It's like people are going about their everyday lives and witness this event. How strange! It's like, what? The only thing he's presented is that he's incredulous about this. I'm incredulous of everyone's account, and that the media just happened to be there. It's like the media are just normal people too. They have homes and lives. It's not like it's not. No, they're not just part of fucking some conspiracy to deceive us.
What's weird? This is kind of tangentially related, but I just made a video about all of this stuff going down in France on my Amazing Atheist channel. And I noticed that it wasn't even an option that I could monetize it or anything, right? And I was like, well, that's kind of strange, because I've never seen it just not even be an option. Like, it wasn't even blanked out. It was just gone. And it turns out that their YouTube is, curtailing people from monetizing videos wherein they comment on those events and shit. And a lot of people were, they came to me and were like, they supported YouTube's decision and stuff. But I wonder why it is that, no one gets mad about CNN and MSNBC and Fox News and all these people doing their round-the-clock coverage, but then they cut to the fucking, Acura commercial. The big media companies are allowed to sell advertising while they're getting you to watch stuff about this tragedy, but a YouTube commenter, someone who's not making nearly as much money as one of these giant media conglomerates, can't talk about a major world issue without incurring some sort of financial penalty because some misguided sensibility says that you're not allowed to quote-unquote profit off of the tragedy. I mean, I'm not profiting off the tragedy. I'm profiting off of doing what I do, which is making videos about things going on in the fucking world. So, just a little mini rant.
This is all that occurred from a bomb going off. This and some grape juice on his...
You have no idea what distance he was from this bomb. I mean, obviously, if it was, right next to him, and it was a powerful explosion, he would have been hit by more shrapnel. Obviously, he was far enough away that only one piece of shrapnel hit him, okay? You understand that when shrapnel flies around, it flies in every single fucking direction, right?
Well, we're dealing with an emotionally disturbed person that is just... They don't care about facts. This is just, I know, I can watch a news story and tell you the entire story and tell you what happened down to every detail and how it was planned and how it was fake. It's like, he's not actually proven any of his claims. He just made a bunch of spurious claims, said he's incredulous of the story, he's incredulous of the news, and that's really it. We're just supposed to take him at his word that because he's really upset, he's right.
shirt. And Samsung's getting a free ad here.
So this is the cell phone that took the hit. It's what saved me.
Yeah, Samsung. That's their dream ad. We want to be associated with loss of life and terrorism. Oh my God! Thank you, CNN.
Maybe you would have survived if you had your Samsung. Samsung is like a little bulletproof vest for your pocket.
Samsung, literally a lifesaver.
Thank you, Samsung. You saved me.
I'd have been killed by ISIS if it wasn't for Samsung. Yeah, that's the ad they fucking want. This guy's a genius.
Well, nice little ad for Samsung there. Obviously, Samsung helped pay for this false flag event. You know, they're part of the elite that control everything.
There you go. Otherwise, so you know, he's talking on his phone, and somehow the only piece of shrapnel that comes out just happens to hit his phone. That's it.
You know how shrapnel
You cannot
fucking
make
works.
this shit up.
It's supposed to be dispersed over a large area. That's what it's supposed to fucking do. It's not like, okay, the shrapnel's all gonna hit one area. That's not the purpose behind shrapnel. It's to just fucking hit intermittent, like just like anywhere, intermittently. It's like it's not supposed to be just concentrated in one fucking spot. That's how it's so effective.
Yeah, I mean, that piece of shrapnel could have gone anywhere, all right? Like, if it had been an inch one way or the other, it might have killed this guy. He was just lucky enough that it hit his phone. Is that amazing? Sure. But is it impossible?
No.
Or like in any way so far-fetched that the whole narrative of this event falls apart?
No.
Not even fucking close. This is just pure fucking silliness.
Agreed.
I wonder if Mario agrees with him.
Oh, I'm sure he does. No, Mario has.
Mario's an idiot.
Mario probably has his own somewhat similar narrative that probably has a lot more Satan in it.
Me. Otherwise, my head would have been blown to bits.
Yeah, your head would have been blown to bits. Otherwise, you wouldn't have been able to give your freaking crisis acting interview. It's just absurd. It's insane.
Yeah, I agree. With those last two sentences, it's absurd. It's insane.
Yeah, if we're describing
Yes.
the event, yes.
No, I mean, if we're describing this video that we're watching.
Well, him, yeah, it also
he's
works.
absurd. I think he's summarizing himself there. I think that some part of himself that is still reasonable is screaming out in that moment.
This is absurd.
This is absurd. It's insane. Oh my God!
help
Don't trust
me.
everyone.
Help me.
I mean, crisis actors. Crisis actors.
Maybe he just huffed too much Febreze. I don't know what's wrong with him.
Sounds like he's fucking huffing paint thinner.
Well, maybe he's graduated to paint thinner now.
You have a bomb blast going off? You know how much shrapnel? You think it would just be one little piece that would come right at you? And the media just happened to be there, of course. It is ridiculous. It's laughable. It's so dumb, it's laughable. We've seen this so many times
Once again,
before.
I agree that it's so dumb it's laughable. Your video, of course.
So it's just what we see, essentially, with these staged events. I mean, I'm not saying nobody died, nobody got hurt. I don't believe that. It looks like people did seriously get hurt, but I think it's been staged, and I think they put their actors in place to play out the roles.
What?
And if
if
you want to learn more,
if it really happened and people really got hurt, what would be the necessity of having crisis actors? You could just interview people who saw the real devastation that you apparently think some nefarious elitist agent has put into place,
Okay.
right?
This guy he's totally fucking insane.
I hate when that bullshit doesn't even...
He's totally insane. He just said, like, I think people were really hurt, but it's still fake. It's like, so actors were killed to make it look real? Like, what do you...
Hey, they used to do that all the time back in the ancient Greek days. They'd have a slave play a role, and then they would kill the slave, It did happens, man. These are all people that probably...
Thousands of years ago.
I finally cut my big break. I'm going to be murdered in a crisis false flag situation.
Yeah.
The government's going to pay $150,000 to my family. Oh, yeah.
go watch the other videos that I've done.
But man, no, I hate when their bullshit doesn't even make sense within the context of itself, you know?
Things that other people are doing on this. It's quite astonishing what we're discovering. Anyways, thanks for listening. Just the latest piece of bullshit off of CNN.
I wish I could tell you thanks for sharing, but you're horrible. I mean, that was wretched. You're just a bad person. He
didn't even have any fucking evidence. He's just like, is this happening?
He's pretty bad, but the next one is someone who's even worse.
Yay! Such fun.
There's a lot in the chapter that has to
he
do
is
with the
worse for
subject that I'm
sure.
preaching on tonight, but the part that I want to focus on is beginning there in verse number 4, where the Bible says, "Ah, sinful nation, a people laden with iniquity, a seed of evildoers, children that are corrupters. They have forsaken the Lord. They have provoked the Holy One of Israel unto anger. They're gone away backward. Why should you be stricken any more? You will revolt more and more. The whole head is sick and the whole heart faint. From the sole of the foot even unto the head."
Because remember, when people in Europe and other countries were living under total theocratic rule, everything there was a perfect paradise.
Perfect.
Everything was great.
Same thing for the caliphates, and same thing for every time religion has dominated. Everything has just been perfect when everyone's been an obedient pawn.
That's when things is A-okay,
There
y'all.
is no soundness in it, but wounds and bruises and putrefying sores. They have not been closed, neither bound
Sound
up,
like
neither
Marilyn Manson
mollified
lyrics
with
at this
ointment.
point.
Your country is desolate. Your cities are burned with fire. Your land, strangers devour it in your presence, and it is desolate as overthrown by strangers. Now, the title of my sermon tonight is this: The Sin.
What prescience? The Bible, once again, gets to the heart of what's going on today and fucking tells us what's what.
Some vague shit was written in an old book. It must be right.
Totally right.
You know, strangers gonna come in your land, they're gonna take your shit, and they're gonna rape your women and stuff, so you better not trust them, man.
Gotta say no to immigration.
Says so right there in the fucking Bible, dude. Even God doesn't like other people that he himself created. You know?
Damn.
I mean, for some reason, even though God created all of us and would probably not even make these kind of distinctions about us, he clearly tells us, you know, strangers are bad, so everyone watch out for the other, man.
Sinful nation of France. The sinful nation of France. Everywhere we look, we see today the French flag, and you can't go online without seeing it on every website. The French flag.
Remember freedom fries?
Which is hilarious because French fries aren't even French. They're Belgian.
But you remember that whole freedom fries thing?
Yeah.
I want some freedom fries.
I love how the conservatives now have to, like, remember they even discredited John Kerry. They called him, like, he's a very, like, French kind of president, you know?
Yep.
He's
Fox was
French.
like, he's kind of Frenchish. He's not really French, but he kind of seems French.
Some,
you know?
some bad shit happens in France. We love France. Oh, God. France is so wonderful.
Now all of a sudden they're like, France! France! We love France!
Bill O'Reilly had a
win.
boycott France bumper sticker.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yeah, we should bring that shit back up. All these conservatives used to fucking hate France. Now they all want to suck France's fucking cock.
Oh, people care about France now? Oh, we always love France. You know, that was a big misunderstanding.
And the whole reason that we didn't like France is because they didn't support us in Iraq. Which now even most of us know was stupid.
So
I'm going to preach tonight about this sinful nation of France. Now, on Friday, there was a terrible massacre that took place in France where over
At least he thinks it was terrible.
100 people were murdered. I heard something like 128 people so far that were murdered. A terrible tragedy, massacre. And these murders were carried out by Muslims who are the followers of the murderous, reprobate, false prophet Muhammad, who was a pedophile. And the book
So was Moses and his army in the Bible.
It's funny how willing they are to accept that, like, yep, they're all if no problem. But if you make the same criticism about Christianity, you're like, what about all this fucked up shit? Oh, no, you're misunderstanding the Bible.
If you're criticizing the fucked up shit about Christianity, this guy pretty much epitomizes that, so of course he's not going to condemn it. You know, there's nothing you could say about the Bible. You'd be like, the Bible supports slavery. You'd be like, damn right it does.
Yeah, this guy is a total piece of shit.
He is. This guy is 100% a piece of shit from the word go.
that characterizes this religion, Islam. The Quran is filled with nonsense and garbage. And
so's your book.
Just put the Bible and just everything he says after this.
Yeah, I mean, like, did you hear the shit you were just saying a minute ago? That gibberish and nonsense? That was from the Bible, right? I mean, your holy book sucks too.
Violence and filth, and it's a really just a horrible culture, and it's a horrible religion, and it's of Satan. Okay, it's just that simple when it comes to Islam.
There is no Satan.
But listen to this from CNN when we think about this terrible event that happened on Friday in France. This is what CNN had to say. The worst carnage occurred at Bataclan Theater, with at least 80 left dead. A journalist who was at a rock concert there escaped and told CNN, "We lied down on the floor not to get hurt. It was a huge panic. The terrorists shot at us for 10 to 15 minutes. It was a bloodbath." Julian Pierce didn't hear the attackers speak, but he said one friend who escaped heard them talk about Iraq and Syria. Later, he said the men were speaking French. 2 men dressed in black started shooting, and after wounded people fell to the floor, the gunmen shot them again, execution style. Now, what I just read to you was about the place where most of the killing took place. You know, out of 128 dead, 80-some were dead at this rock concert. Let me tell you a little bit about the rock concert.
I'm waiting to hear about this point. Okay, now he's going to tell us about the rock concert. So after telling us about these dead people, now he's going to shame them in their lifestyle.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, you wouldn't believe what was happening at this rock concert.
That the people were at.
They were passing out babies so you could rape it or eat it.
This is what a lot of people are not emphasizing.
That's just how they were in that fucking concert.
The concert was for a band called Eagles of Death Metal.
Oh!
Okay? So these people are at a concert of a band called Eagles of Death Metal.
You know what's funny?
Eagles of Death
You know what's you know what's so funny
I've
about
heard of
this?
them before.
Is just how if this guy was most Christians, it's kind of funny. I don't think these Muslims would have as much of a problem with him because this guy's like, oh, this is all so terrible and so bad, and we just need to be like this. Like, they would actually love some guy like this. Like, yeah, well, he's Christian, but he's a good Christian.
Yeah, why doesn't he just come all the way out and just say he supports what happened?
And
Just
these
be like,
are
you know what? The
members from
Muslims
another
were right.
band that's known as the Queens of the Stone Age, but they're men. Okay, but it's the Queens of the Stone Age.
That is disgusting. Disgusting.
Yeah.
They're men, and their band is called Queens of the Stone Age.
That's so sick.
That is. I am revolted. I am shocked. I didn't know they were still together, even. But
Here's an article about the front man of this rock band.
Oh, shit.
Jesse Hughes. Okay, I'm going to read for you this article. As 2 spotty teenage fans, one dressed in skinny pink jeans and a goofy oversized cap, poked their head nervously around the dressing room door at Islington's O2 Academy, Jesse Hughes calls out to them. This is the main guy of the band. "Come in, boys. Dudes, can you roll a joint? Don't put tobacco in there. I like to smoke it pure. And don't worry about
That's
running
awesome.
out. I got some more coming later so we can keep you nice and stoned all night."
Cool.
Sounds like an
that sounds
awesome
like
guy to me,
that's
man.
fucking awesome, man.
Yeah, and to be honest, Europeans, we like it clean.
Yeah, no tobacco.
No tobacco.
don't put Actually, I'm okay with it.
You're fucking garbage.
Gross.
I'm okay with the tobacco.
you,
in the
TJ.
joints.
Shut up.
What about the herbal mix?
No, I wasn't as fond of that. But whatever.
Hughes, the hard drug-taking, fast-living frontman of California-based rock band Eagles of Death Metal, the 10-second conversation barely registers. But for the 2 wide-eyed young men, it was one they will probably never forget. The moment sums up Hughes perfectly. Renowned for his close bond with his fans, he also refuses to do anything at less than full tilt. Make no mistake, hanging out with Hughes is a proper rock and roll experience. An unashamed fan of crystal meth, or as he calls it, speed, the craggy-faced and ginger-mustached, self-confessed hillbilly from South Carolina looks and acts like a man born to be a rock star. And he proudly reels off one debauched story after another.
This guy sounds awesome.
Yeah, that sounds like an awesome time. Like, what is the problem with this?
Wow.
Well, I wouldn't be doing crystal meth with him.
No, man. But he can do it if he wants.
Yeah, whatever.
Have your fun, Jesse Hughes, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. But this guy here, I mean, like, what is the point of this? Because he personally doesn't approve of the lifestyle of these rock stars. So therefore, what? the people that were at this concert
The sinful
deserved to
people,
get blown
yeah, the
up.
sinful people.
They invited it upon themselves.
You reap
by
what you
being
sow,
sinful.
TJ. You reap what you sow.
Okay, so is that where this is going, or what?
I don't know.
He's not nicknamed the devil for nothing. He has endless tales of fighting, shagging, and drug-taking excess. Now, I wish I could read you more of the article, but it's all so filthy and profane, it was hard to even find any quotes from this article that could even be read from behind the pulpit. But here's a few.
Wow. Wow.
That I found. Here's what he said. I'm deeply religious, and I felt like the devil had given me a song.
Neat.
He's talking about songwriting.
Satan himself gave this dude a song. It's just like in Tenacious D in The Pick of Destiny.
I'm deeply religious, and I felt like the devil had given me this song. So his religion's to worship the devil. Right. Eagles of Death Metal is the name of the band. And the Bible says in Proverbs, all they that hate me love death. Right. Speaking of God, those who...
So everyone that was at this show was like, I wish someone would just totally kill us right now.
Yeah, they love death, dude.
When the Muslim extremists showed up, we're like, Allah Akbar! They were like, oh, finally. Yes! Shuffle off this horrible mortal coil. Because that's how the Bible says I am.
The Bible's right.
Anyone who doesn't like God obviously loves death, and you're probably just doing him a favor when you kill him.
The Bible is always right.
So this guy's reprehensible.
No, he's not. He's such a nice guy.
I don't know if there's much more that can be said.
Hate God, love death. You know, there's something about when you go to a concert of death metal, somebody might get killed.
I don't think.
Wow.
I don't think they actually are a death metal band. Let me see.
But I mean, like,
you go to a concert for death metal and someone gets killed. It's right in the title. Death metal. What do you think? That's just a fucking title for it? People die.
That's what happens there, you know? Why do you think it's in the fucking name, you know? Death metal.
Yeah.
Death.
The band, the Eagles of Death Metal, they are not death metal. That's just their name.
Well, you know, when you go to the band, the Eagles of Death Metal, you know, you got to expect.
You assume death.
You might die. You also have to expect that maybe you might get attacked by an eagle.
Look, the Bible says that they love death.
You might get attacked by an eagle.
Eagles of Death Metal, you know that you might be attacked by a metal eagle and killed. Who knows?
You know, you're worshiping
death. You got to expect
death.
that with a title like that.
And then all of a sudden people start dying. Oh, wait a minute. What's going on? Well, you love death so much that you bought the ticket.
Yeah. Listen to these fucking morons. They're like, yeah.
You bought a ticket to a concert, therefore you deserve to die.
You know, you like something that I don't think's entertaining, so you deserve to be killed. In all fairness, that is my position on people who still attend the Transformers movies. Full disclosure.
TJ would buy like a movie theater and play the Transformers movies, and then like the door you'd like get strapped down to your seat and a giant fucking fan blade would lower down from the ceiling.
Yeah. I would just make 1 million clones of Jared Lee Loughner, the theater shooter. Wasn't that the theater shooter?
Yeah.
Yeah. And release them into Transformers screenings.
That sounds way more complicated than my plan.
Yeah. Well, maybe he can just push the button that lowers the fan.
Man, just flood the room with
That's
gas.
yet more
Just kill
convolution.
Kill him.
You know, I don't know if I want to necessarily kill all the people who like Transformers.
Oh, yes, you do.
Yeah.
You're an atheist. You have no morality.
No, you know, I think I'd rather them just be disabled for life. I think that what should happen is actually the chairs, like, they should be strapped in, and then they're subjected to, like, a 50-hour-long art film that somehow tangentially relates to Transformers, but is really about lesbians trying to find themselves. And then after that, you know, they'll probably feel as shocked and horrified as when I had to sit through any of those Transformers films.
Next video that we have is from another guy that we don't really like a lot, but he's not as bad as this son of a bitch that we have.
The title is worse, though.
It is, but we're not a big fan of this next guy, but he's not as bad as this guy.
Okay. Oh, this guy.
Yeah.
This video is only 1 minute and 17 seconds, and some of it is this shit.
Yeah.
How horrible.
Hey, all, the captain here. The girlfriend's on a conversation with the mother upstairs, so that's where. And it's not because of the U.S. flag. I know that's where you did. Oh, look, he's so good. It's some kind of American manifesto. No, it isn't. It's not. It's just I don't give a shit about what happens to you guys in Paris. You guys let all these people who hate your guts in. A culture that is antithetical to Western civilization. You vote in things that are antithetical to Western civilization. Fuck, it's...
Okay, but isn't democracy part of Western civilization?
Isn't democracy and freedom of choice?
They should be able to vote in whatever the fuck they want to vote in. You can't... They can't vote in something that's antithetical to the spirit of Western democracy when that is the spirit of Western democracy.
Precisely.
Since the Greeks, humanity has been fucking fighting, and Western civilization has been trying to claw its way to allow you to have the right to vote and live free.
Wow, that is not what Western civilization has been clawing to do. All right? Back in the days of the Greeks and the Romans, there was tons of slavery. For the early part of this country, there was slavery, and even when there wasn't official slavery, there was, like, subjugation of other people. When the Constitution and shit was written... it was only white male landowners that could vote. So that basically means poor people can't vote, women can't vote, no other race but white Europeans can vote. So Western democracy has not been clawing its way towards this great egalitarian pluralistic utopia. It just hasn't. You're full of shit.
And what do? You throw it all the way. You give it right back to the fucking state. You vote in that fucking socialist dick you got in now. You probably... Wait, I thought AK-47s and grenades were illegal. Didn't you...
Why are we not, like, teetering on the brink of socialism, then? If we've had a socialist for the past 8 years.
Well, I think
almost.
you saw the French at this point.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's talking about the French.
Oh, okay. Yeah, actually, he is a socialist.
Yeah. But
and that's why it happened.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's just you notice that everyone's trying to blame this attack on their own pet issue bullshit.
Well, of course.
Like if you're some kind of hard line libertarian who hates liberal shit, it's like, man, these fucking socialist was in office, so socialism did this. And then the Febreze guy's like, it's all fake, it's all a fraud, it's all these elitist liars. And then the God-fearing Bible thumper's like, these people defied God, so what the fuck do they expect? It's like all these idiots with all these different interpretations of the same event, and none of them even fucking close to the truth of the matter.
Vandals, weren't those illegal? Oh yeah, don't let your citizens have them, but let's just let a fucking criminal element that hates our fucking guts come in here, because they would absolutely obey our... No, we don't care, fuck you, we're done, we did it twice with the fucking Germans, we're done saving your fucking asses, too bad for fucking you, grow up here, fucking protect yourselves, we're done, see ya.
Our president, everyone, announcing what the policy will be towards France.
We saved you twice. Fuck off.
Yeah, I don't think you speak for the country. If that's your opinion, fine. Congratulations, you're entitled to it. But I don't think you speak for America or Americans. Only yourself.
I've found a new candidate to endorse, not only for president but for Emperor of the Universe.
Sweet.
Yes. And I'm going to play a little bit of a video he made about a major plan he has when he becomes the Emperor of the Universe.
All right, let's take a listen. It's my friend
Hello,
forever.
everyone in the multiverse and beyond. This is your friend forever, Evan LeFavor, with an important video. Today, we're going to be discussing the truth about the fact that...
By the way, stop asking me if Evan LeFavor is a troll. I don't know. I just don't know.
That when I am elected king of the planet Earth, I am going to fully...
No. Emperor of the Universe, not the king of the planet Earth.
Yeah, that's not...
You're shooting kind of low, Evan. You're shooting low.
I mean, maybe he wants to serve
Emperor of the
4 years as
multiverse.
king of the Earth, and then he's going to run for Emperor of the Universe.
Legalize
the multiverse,
marijuana worldwide, both recreationally and medicinal purposes. Marijuana will be legal worldwide.
Wow.
And it
Definitely on
will
board.
be legal.
And rape will be legal on
And not
private
only
property.
that, not only will I legalize weed, but I will make marijuana a human right for everyone alive.
Find a fucking
So we will
light.
be
human right.
creating.
In fact, people who don't smoke will go to jail. See how you fuckers
It'll
like
be
it.
it'll be required.
If you're caught not smoking weed, you know the cops come and beat the shit out of you.
Good.
Tons of the highest grade marijuana of all kinds of different strains, and we will be giving it to people for free. That's right, free of charge. There's
Oh man!
when I am king, not
Society
only
is
will
finally going to move in the
weed
right
be legal,
direction.
I'm getting
but weed
emotional.
will be free as well. So
Wow, weed is going to be free and
High
legal.
quality free weed. Well,
Free at last.
Does it just like? I mean, like, how do we even get it? Do people just like toss it to you in the streets and shit?
Yeah,
it's just everywhere.
Just bales of it. They just like they drop off like a
There's
giant
just like
bale
big public weed bins and shit.
Sounds
you know,
good.
people can fucking take bags out. They can throw bags in. Whatever. It's free and legal, and everything's great. All of Earth's problems disappear. ISIS retires.
I did get a ton of free weed in Amsterdam, so that
You
would
can
be
go
pretty sweet if
down-
it happened again.
to the weed store and pick out a couple bags of whatever strains you like the best, and then you can get it for free, and then you go home. Or you can have the delivery service. I will have one of my robots.
Well, who the fuck is gonna go to the store and pick it out like that when they can just have a delivery robot?
Yeah,
come
delivery
by with it?
fucking robot. What do you think I want to do? Dude, that would be so awesome to have a fucking delivery
Sit
robot.
there watching the fucking Walking Dead or something like. Delivery robot.
Free
weed robot. Come.
Free weed.
What strain
Free
do
weed.
you want?
Surprise. Yeah,
me,
come on, come on.
motherfucker. You know what I like, baby.
A free weed robot.
That is the best that I've ever heard of in my fucking life. A free weed fucking robot.
Why do we even need? We don't even need to smoke. The robot can just shoot THC clouds in your face. You're like, oh wow.
How stoned am I?
I'm seeing things in a whole new light.
That would be so fucking.
The robot can do a brain scan and tell you how high you are. You are at 8.7. Whoa.
Deliver, however, whatever weed you order for free. All right? Because marijuana is the safe.
Hold on. First of all, I gotta know, is pizza also going to be free?
Obviously.
I mean, come on.
Pizza or Taco
If there's
Bell
gonna
will
be
be
free weed, there has to be free pizza as well.
Send your robot to get you a free
I think
pizza.
pizza is a human right.
I agree.
And it should be legal, both recreationally and medicinally.
This
Medicinal
recreational substance on the
It is a
planet.
vegetable.
And marijuana is also the safest
Much like Terry Schiavo.
medicinal substance on the planet. There's no way to overdose on marijuana.
But God
All right?
damn it, I'll try.
So
I've been trying for years
now
now.
you know the truth. When you elect me the first ever king of this planet, marijuana will be
Well, we're
legalized
withholding our
and it
vote
will
till we
be
find out your
free
policy on
for
pizza.
everyone. All right,
Yeah.
so just one.
I'm sorry, I can't give you. I mean, like, there's a lot of candidates. I'm considering you as well as a few others. But, you know, I really got to know what your policy is on this whole pizza issue before I can decide whether or not you're the candidate for me.
Yeah.
One more incentive
Christmassy looking
to
video,
elect me
too.
as your king, so that we can bring about true freedom in heaven on earth for everyone alive. Because that is what I came to this planet to do. I came to this planet to be the first ever king of the planet, so that we could save this world before it's too late and bring about true freedom in heaven on earth for everyone.
I like Evan, and I want him to be king. I hope that of all the people who are crazy on our show, if one of them could actually be telling the truth about the way the world is.
Yeah, you want him to be right.
I would choose Evan. You know, I'm really looking forward to his reign.
Yeah, I can't see why you'd be biased, DJ.
You know?
The free weed robot's probably what sold you, right?
Yeah, I would say the free weed robots and the getting your own matrix in outer space.
Okay, but what if you have all that, TJ, but there's no pizza? Is that a trade-off you're willing to accept, TJ?
I don't know, man. That's like a dark philosophical issue that only an episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation could fully explore. We need to get Picard and the crew on that one, because that's a dark riddle, the likes of which I cannot answer with my feeble mortal mind.
All right.
All right.
So make sure to check out some of my other videos.
Do it.
For the truth about what's really going on in our existence.
The truth.
And don't forget to subscribe.
The truth.
To my channel. So now you know the truth. Because there's nothing wrong with marijuana. There's nothing bad about it. It has no real negative side effects. And like I said,
warning, marijuana may cause you to think you're God.
Yeah. Before, you cannot overdose on it. And it is a good medicine. It is one of the most medicinal substances known to man. Because of all the different
Most
applications
medicinal,
it has
man.
for medicinal purposes.
All right.
I used to have the shits real bad, but then I smoked some weed and my shit solidified right
I
up.
used to have cancer, and now I'm cured. Thanks, weed.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure next month we're gonna have Mario versus Evan.
Wow.
Oh shit.
So
maybe they can battle on Christmas Day.
I don't know. I don't think we'll be doing a show on Christmas Day.
No, we're not doing a show on Christmas Day, TJ.
I'll do a special show on Christmas.
Do whatever you want.
All right. Next one is a video. It's The Amazing Atheist Submits to the Lord.
I remember that. Awesome.
Good morning, YouTube.
Hi.
I am exhausted from my Lord and Savior and duties.
Okay.
No rest for me, and
This guy reminds me of Beetlejuice for some reason.
he was in turn doing a video response to a guy saying you can determine
Oh man, that black and
whether or
mild
not
looks
there's God
good.
using the scientific method. And the thing is, as the Lord and someone who knows every single thing there is to know about science.
Wait a minute. You can't be the Lord. Evan LeFavor is the Lord, dude.
You're not promising me any fucking
This guy-
weed delivery robots.
You should be the devil, you know? Get yourself a pair of those sheep horns and stuff and be like, yeah, I'm the devil. How you doing?
I don't see how TJ is going to screw this up because
Yeah, I just don't.
I'll be the first to tell you. Nothing scientific about finding out whether or not there is a God. Or
Yeah.
at least not, you can't use the scientific method.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't imagine I would.
Seriously, I'm getting the strong Beetlejuice vibe. Is anyone else feeling that?
Like Michael Keaton.
Yeah, he's got like kind of a Michael Keaton-esque delivery going on.
Huh. Maybe.
I don't know. Call him Beetledouche.
Get crossways with TJ during this in any way.
Beetledouche, Beetledouche, Beetledouche. Hey, it summoned me. Apparently, I'm Beetledouche.
Like Klingon shit. Gordon Klingon shit has a scientific.
Oh, yes, TJ. You know what his name sounds like? That is terribly fascinating. I mean, I guess instead of judging you for, being an annoying waste of time, I will just show you how.
At least I can aim my camera at myself without having like half the screen.
Also, if you just find the
wall,
the videos to be an annoying waste of time, why would you bother making a response to them?
Because he wants views.
Well, I mean that's obvious, but
why is it in this like little shitty SD window too?
Stuff. You ever wonder?
Yeah, I do.
Where the word badonkadonk came from?
No.
As the Lord, I have a lot of time to ponder things.
Ponder 'em.
Menial job,
Just give me that black and mild and shut up.
Not carpentry, but it's, similar type of thing.
Mm.
And I realized badonkadonk, that just means.
I'm sorry, what does this have to do with anything? But donkadonk, are we on this? This is bad. This guy's bombing.
okay, dude, but you need to hear about
There's
it.
a lot of junk in
Man,
her trunk.
that looks so
Maybe
good.
the word is onomatopoeia. Now, TJ,
Onomatopoeia.
because you're an unimaginative imbecile, I'm sure you will respond. There's no sound for that. Shh.
No sound for that. Shush. What? Onomatopoeia? Onomatopoeia. TJ Wanapitos. Alright.
What sound would it
What
make
sound?
if a car with a bunch of junk in the trunk went over some train tracks? It'd go badonk-a-donk.
Wow.
Mystery solved. You're welcome, TJ. Go on.
Thanks.
Method.
I'm not sure if it would make that sound though. We gotta test that.
for proving that God exists. It's really fucking good. Let's take a look.
Let's talk for a moment about
clip
a couple of
inception.
things.
Okay.
Watching me watching this guy watch me watch this guy.
First of all, evidence.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
that's not really a couple of things. It's just one thing.
Well, here's the thing, TJ. When somebody says, first of all, personally, I'm willing to hold out to see if they say second of
Yeah, but he didn't. I did, and he didn't. So
all after saying the first thing.
he didn't.
Even if it takes them a little while.
He didn't.
And then, if they do that, then that's a couple of things. So, I mean,
Did he?
you jump the gun, but I'm sure when he gets to the
Show me
second
where he
ball,
did.
you'll be like, oh, that's the couple things.
Oh no! The second thing was just the same as the first thing. It was just like he just reworded it. That's what happened.
I mean, if you were to be a manipulative, disingenuous little pissant maggot, what?
I'm not a disingenuous little pissant maggot. I'm a disingenuous big pissant maggot.
fat pissant maggot.
Yeah, get this shit right, dude.
You might do.
What you
It's
might
just
do
blather
is,
on about some
blather
stuff.
on
Not gonna
about
be
some
entertaining, not
stuff. Try to be entertaining when you're
lame.
obviously not twirling your stupid little black and mild that I want so very much. Stuff like that.
You are jealous of that, though.
I am jealous of that.
It's going to be a waste of time in every possible sense.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, except for one.
Oh my God.
It's going to get those of us who have
Get to the point. Get to the point. Yeah, okay. You could have just, you know what? You could have said all that by just, all you said in that entire stupid, pointless diatribe was, TJ's fans are pretty stupid and easily misled. You see how much quicker and more succinct that was? You could have just said that, but you didn't. You had to belabor the point and do your little, yes. Well, of course.
What a piece of shit he is.
Intelligent person.
I'm so
and I
smart,
am
he's so
going to
stupid.
Deconstruct his argument, tear it apart, show its flaws, show how he is manipulating people. Yes, that is what I am going to do. You suck.
They're going to forget that.
All right.
I'm sure you're not going to do that, though.
I'm not.
But yeah, sure. Let's talk about evidence. Track 7.
I like this guy better.
From Marilyn Manson's 2007 release, Eat Me, Drink Me. Yeah, I felt like it was one of the weaker tracks, both on that album and in Manson's entire song catalog. What do you think, Klingon shit?
You want evidence of God? I can give you evidence of God.
Oh, that kind of evidence, right, of course. Sure, yeah, prove to me that God exists real quick.
In fact, I'll show you God.
It'd be funny if he just held up a picture of Ted Nugent here and was like, this is God, bitch.
All you've got to do is repent and believe.
Couldn't he, cut around all the joke parts that he's not even going to respond to?
Who knows?
Couldn't he just get to the part where he makes whatever point this video thinks it's building
I think this
up
guy
to?
is kind of long and meandering, so I don't think he sees it as much of a problem.
Oh.
In the Lord Jesus Christ.
By the way, doesn't that guy just look like a fucking doofus right there?
This guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Is
yeah.
your Lord and Savior, and invite him to come into your heart.
Me and Chelsea sat around and asked, what would improve his face? The only thing we could think of was a hat. He just needs some kind of hat.
Well, Mr. Preacher Man, I don't want to be all pedantic here, but I am your Lord and Savior, but I don't answer to the name Jesus Christ. I mean,
I answer to the name Beetlejuice. Beetledouche, Beetledouche, Beetledouche.
Oh, now he's coming.
He's coming. He's coming.
He's
gonna get all over you.
He's coming.
Oh, he's coming, all right. It's a real gusher. Oh, the humanity. People are drowning. People are drowning in the cum.
The Beetledouche cum?
Oh, Beetledouche cum everywhere. This guy sucks. Can we move on?
No.
I have nothing else to say. It's totally useless.
Don't use the Repsion on me. Oh, I've got nothing more to say to him.
All right. I'll try to dredge up some more shit that I can pull out of my repertoire or my ass.
Kid,
Yeah.
your Lord and Savior.
Okay.
I honestly don't know where this Jesus Christ thing came from. It's not like
I'm sorry. So, is this part of some shtick, or does he actually believe
I think it is
this,
his
or-
shtick. I think that's his YouTube channel.
Okay.
Your Lord and Savior.
Okay.
The Lord and Savior. Of course, I mean, the name is specific to the meat suit, but I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it was never that.
Right.
But I don't know, I'm being pedantic. I'm just saying.
No, you're being retarded.
Oh, okay. So, your evidence of God for people who don't believe in God and want evidence before they do believe in God is that if they do believe in God, then God will give them evidence of his own existence. You realize that's the begging the question fallacy, right? That's circular fucking logic, because the conclusion, the premise, basically assumes the veracity of the conclusion, and it kind of just cannibalizes itself like the snake forever eating its own tail, the Ouroboros. You know what I'm fucking saying, all right? I mean, basically, like, atheists come to you and say, I need proof of God in order to believe in God, and you're saying, well, you have to believe in God in order to have proof of God. I mean...
Flawless, no criticisms.
No, that's not how things
Perfect in
work.
all ways.
You don't... Belief should never precede evidence.
Or so you believe. Yeah, evidence
So
for
you
that.
believe.
Yeah, what? Really? You show that whole clip just for that lame throwaway one-line bullshit?
So you believe, TJ.
So you believe? You have any evidence for that? Oh, zing! Gotcha! You realize that's just some rhetorical flip-floppy bullshit that doesn't actually make an argument
No,
or
he's
have any weight
gotcha.
behind it.
Gotcha, TJ. You're a liar.
Slam dunk.
Slam fucking dunk.
10 out of 10.
Do you have any evidence that having evidence for something is how evidence works? Yes, I do. It's called... That's how we decide if there's evidence for something, is if there's evidence for something. It's like... I mean, I feel like this is like more basic than 1 + 1 = 2.
It's so
more basic.
It's really so strange that someone would attack this video, too. It's like... You're really attacking really more specific figure, not like... I mean, you're obviously attacking the argument, too, but it's like, this is a pretty ridiculous claim this guy's making.
Apparently not.
Well, not to some.
Now, this is a scientific method. I'm giving you...
No, it's not a
Step
scientific
A,
method.
you repent. Step B, you believe. Step C, you invite Jesus Christ to come into your heart as Lord and Savior.
There is absolutely nothing scientific about that method. That's like saying, I can prove to you that ghosts exist. Go spend a night in a haunted house, and if you get scared, that means ghosts are real. A scientific method would not rely on the subjective experience of a person unless it was studying subjectivity itself or some realm of subjective experience.
Why, TJ, you're absolutely correct. Science, or the scientific method, is a way to...
Now I'm starting to get more Shatner overtones.
Science.
TJ, you're correct. Science, or the apparatus.
Row your boat,
science.
discover things by, how do you call it? Like isolating variables, separating things into their constituent components. Basically viewing things as the sum of their parts. Whereas, your God Almighty, and by extension, your Lord and Savior, well, creators, artistes, if you will, hence temperamentality. And art, if anything, is something that transcends the sum of its parts. So
Right.
really, you're right.
Yep.
Scientific method is not applicable to this. You have defeated that preacher man in the realm of logic.
But you're not claiming that
Thanks.
God is a...
Please no more.
All right.
It's hideous.
All right. Here's another video about the minimum wage. Its title is, Can You Make It on the Minimum Wage?
Dave Cam.
Yep.
There's a lot of discussion today about stuff like the minimum
I'm
wage.
seriously
or
getting
the living
concerned
wage.
about all these people that are talking to cameras while they're driving. Like, can we put a stop to this? Can we pass a law or something? I know that this country is supposed to be a libertarian paradise where people could do as they please.
Do you remember Crazy Shock of God? He was doing videos while he's like zipping around on a motorcycle at like 90 miles an hour.
You know,
Do you remember those videos?
At least with him, though, he wasn't trying to... He was just talking. He wasn't trying to look at a camera and make eye contact with it as he's fucking driving, you know? This is worse than that, in my opinion.
Yeah, because the camera is
you
like...
see how he continuously, like, is looking at the camera, like, trying to talk to
I wonder
it as
how many
he's fucking
accidents
driving.
have been caused by this, like someone like trying to record something or recording themselves and not paying attention to what they're doing.
Josh Fuckstein does this all the time.
He does it more low tech, where he's like holding onto it. I mean, that's even
this
worse.
This is like a dash cam,
right? This guy at least has it mounted. But I mean, this shit is so stupid. Like, I feel like whenever people tune into a video and see this, they should be like, "You're an asshole." You know, you're like an unsafe fucking driver. You're a threat to everyone else on the road. Make your videos when you're fucking at home. No one cares. There's nothing magical about the location of you in your car ranting at us as you fucking drive up the street to fucking Subway to get some fucking substandard bullshit. No one cares.
It's an interesting discussion to me.
If you're a passenger,
and an interesting
maybe,
argument
whatever.
On a lot of fronts. One is from a practical mathematical standpoint on the actual minimum wage. Everybody's all worried that, well, you can't live on the minimum wage. You can't live on the minimum wage. You can't live on the... People can't make it on the minimum wage. No one does. Really. No, I mean, statistically, the Bureau of Labor Statistics says that less than 1% of Americans are attempting to operate their households while the primary breadwinners or winner is making minimum wage.
It's pretty much impossible.
Less than 1%.
Sure.
It's actually less than 1/2 of 1%.
Sure.
And so raising the minimum
Impossible,
wage
essentially
federally does almost nothing. Mathematically, mechanically, statistically.
I don't follow how those two statements are connected. The fact that, I mean, the entire argument for why the minimum wage needs to be raised is because it's not a living wage. So you present evidence, no, it isn't a living wage.
Yeah, you're correct.
Therefore, raising it won't do anything.
Yeah, that's where he starts being wrong.
What? Sorry? Huh?
However you want to measure it. It's a bunch of crap.
Okay.
It doesn't do anything. The people that make minimum wage are primarily part-time workers, and they're primarily teenagers.
That's not true.
That used to be true at one time. That's no longer true.
Have you not read any recent material on this? I mean, like, if you're basing this on your perception of what the job market was like in the 90s, that's true.
I think, like, the median...
That's not true anymore.
I think the median age is something like 27 or 28 or something like that.
Yeah,
I mean,
those
it's
are not
older.
teenagers.
Yeah, they're not teenagers.
Those are not fucking teenagers.
They're not 16-year-olds, no.
I don't believe in the minimum wage, and here's why. I've never worked for minimum wage. And I would never allow anybody I love to work for minimum wage. I would tell them to do something different.
Just tell them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Here's the solution.
They're doing it because they choose to work for minimum
This looks like this guy has a pretty nice car in the
Just
area.
use your amounts of wealth and privilege to just not do those shitty jobs.
And the area he was leaving from, it looks like he was leaving from was an area that was obviously very affluent. So I think it's easy to say, oh, I've never done that. It's like, well, you probably never needed to. So, of course, you know.
Using my personal experience as an overly privileged rich fuck, I could tell you that no one even should work those shitty minimum wage jobs. It's not like poor people exist. Fuck you.
Grass when I was 12 years old. I first started cutting grass then, and my goal was to make double or triple minimum wage when I was cutting grass. And so I'd price the yard fairly, what I could get for it.
All right, so all you people out there making minimum wage, just get yourself a lawnmower, start cutting some grass.
Yeah.
And then I would cut the grass with great productivity, great diligence, so that I could make 2 or 3 times per hour what my buddies who were down at Burger King being Whopper Floppers were making. And so, you know, if you don't like...
Work smarter, not harder.
...the minimum wage, don't work for it. There you go. And really the same thing about the living wage is true. It's a social commentary that honestly is a bunch of crap. Because it really doesn't have any effect on anything. This idea that you get to tell a company or an individual what to pay is out of my realm. I don't get this. It's about freedom. See, common sense says this is none of your business. If Company A wants to pay a team member an employee a certain amount.
5 cents an hour.
Okay, these are the same people that are always bitching about immigrants stealing their jobs.
Oh, by the way,
how do you think that happens?
I did go to Joe's Crab Shack since they changed their minimum wage to $15 an hour, and at the end when I paid my bill, there was no like tip place. So they've totally eliminated tipping, and they started paying their employees a minimum of $15 an hour.
I think it's 14, but still.
Yeah,
it's pretty close.
something like that.
I mean, that's like the way to go, man. As far as I'm concerned, everyone, even if you hate crab, you should go to Joe's Crab Shack just to support this new fuck tipping model, because it's ridiculous that the customers are expected to pay for shortfalls in what the company is paying people. Chili's could just pay someone like $2 and whatever cents an hour, and then you're expected to make up the rest of that. And there's all kinds of assholes out there that don't tip. I even know people who probably I don't fucking tip. It's like, okay, well, thanks for announcing to me that you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, all they did was raise the price of the food a little bit.
They raised the price of the food 12%, and they raised the wages of their employees, significantly. But that 12%, most people tip more than 12%, so whatever.
The argument I've heard from people that own restaurants, because this has obviously been talked about a lot, is basically, I can't raise my food prices so much because I don't drive away, customers. So that's what they're saying. They're saying they're kind of caught between, people want to raise it, but then if they raise it too much, they're basically saying, I'll go out of business. Which to me doesn't really ring true, because if everyone had to raise the prices, I mean, how's that looking to put you at a competitive advantage? I mean, maybe it would, I guess, to a degree against the McDonald's of the world, but I guess other local businesses, I mean,
McDonald's workers don't work for tips anyway, so.
Well, I'm not even just talking necessarily about tips, but just raising the minimum wage in general, because they're saying it's going to put them at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
If you don't like what Walmart pays, hey, don't work there. You don't like what Mickey D's pays? Hey, don't work there. Well, I don't work there. It's just a social thought. It's a thing. I don't believe that they are a fair corporate citizen. Well, then don't shop there. Don't shop.
So they should be held accountable. Just don't shop there. This guy's solution is just don't do it.
The free market will solve all problems.
You know who pretty much has to shop at Walmart? People who work at Walmart.
What a shock.
They fucking get their paycheck and give it right back to Walmart to buy everything.
Well, you know what, Ben? Don't shop there.
Don't work there.
I mean, you realize that people who work in these jobs, they don't tend to have a lot of other options available to them. And you could say, they should be more industrious and all this other stuff. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're dumb, or maybe there's some other reason why they can't.
If there's a demand for people to do it, there will always be people who do it. I mean, the idea that people are just going to be like, I don't want to work at Walmart, so I'm just going to leave and not work at Walmart is ridiculous.
I don't need this Walmart shit anymore.
Yeah, do they still have bills and obligations? Probably so. It's not like they can just be like, oh, well, I just won't pay anything. I won't have any sort. I'll just be homeless.
I'm done working at Walmart. I'm becoming a novelist.
Vote with your feet. That's called freedom. It's called liberty.
Oh,
you get to decide what's going on.
Liberty.
If a company
That's
is
fine. People should do that too.
morally at an extreme level in our culture, over time, they are run out of business.
So if a corporation has practices you don't like, just don't support them.
Not true at all.
So, how far does that go? If we find out that Walmart is sacrificing children to the devil for their success, should we just say, well, if you don't like it, don't shop there? Walmart, sure, they sacrifice children to the devil, but it's only 6 children a year. So, I mean,
this is some guy that obviously believes nothing should be regulated. Just, just don't give them your money, and then the problem will solve itself.
I like how he's driving on government roads as he says all this shit.
Here's the reason people like the minimum wage. A, they believe they get to tell people what to do, and they don't know how to mind their own business.
No.
B, their union contract is indexed to minimum wage. So they want the minimum wage to go up.
Okay.
Unions negotiate their own deals. That's part of being a union.
Let me tell you the actual reason I support raising minimum wage. Because I believe that someone who works 40 hours a week should make enough money to support themselves. I believe that if someone works full-time hours, they should make the bare minimum required to live on. That's my belief. I think that It's ridiculous that we don't have that. It's ridiculous that you're mischaracterizing people who work for minimum wage as teenagers and part-timers.
Free market!
It's not the case anymore.
Free market.
Hasn't been the case for a long time.
Liberty, TJ.
Freedom and liberty.
So why don't... So, TJ...
He can shove his freedom and liberty up his ass.
So,
all right?
TJ...
He doesn't believe in that shit.
You're fine with just telling people what to do. You
Yeah,
want
if
to
it makes
force
sense.
these business owners, these job creators in the community.
Yeah, fuck them.
Fuck our business community, TJ. That's really telling.
Fuck them. Fuck them in
You're
the
a terrible
ass.
person.
Fuck him in the ass, Scotty.
You're a terrible person, TJ.
I believe that,
You believe? Oh, can't prove that.
I believe, Scotty.
Can't prove
I believe in a thing called love.
Oh, I knew you were going to go there,
Oh,
man.
God.
I knew you were going to go there, TJ.
So,
shirts.
Quick reminder to everyone. We have 2 days left.
On shirts.
Get a fucking shirt.
In the existing shirt campaign.
Get a fucking shirt.
Get a fucking shirt, bitches.
Why is no one buying the Drunken Peasants hoodie? It's getting cold. Come on. Buy hoodies, you fucks.
Please buy the hoodie, please. I'll suck your dick.
No, but seriously, like, it's a good quality hoodie. It's not like a shit hoodie.
I think you should get the band TJ hoodie
It's
because
like quality shit.
then you
man.
can go around advertising your hatred for TJ.
Yeah, the giant banana
on the back
is a nice touch.
Rape me, my friend.
It's funny. I almost put an arrow right below.
It would have sold better if you did.
But I was like, no, that's too far. And then Paul was like, he totally was like, you should have put an arrow on it. I was like, fuck, I almost did that.
Yeah. Hindsight is 20/20.
Yeah. Type insert here because I like bananas in my ass.
Yeah.
You write that like
In his
all right down
rectum.
here on the bottom.
Leave nothing to the imagination.
Wreck the rectum.
Make
I
sure
like to put bananas into my asshole like TJ Kirk.
That's what it should say. In the arrow. But yeah, everyone
Don't show too much banana, Ben. We don't want TJ to get
yeah, you're
excited.
getting me hard. Anyway, everyone should go buy this shirt.
You have
Everyone
2
should go
days.
Buy it. Buy all these shirts. We need your monies. And if you don't want to buy those shirts, do that Amazon shit we talk about in the beginning of every show.
Audible trial.
Although I don't know if that played right this show, but we'll see.
I think it did.
Okay.
But yeah, use the Amazon links in the description. You know, the holidays are coming up, and if you're already going to buy things on Amazon, just use our links.
If you're
Just
gonna
bookmark
Why
them.
should the drunken peasants get a fucking cut of it?
If you're gonna buy your fucking mama butt plug for Christmas,
as any good
make
son
sure
does.
you do it through Amazon. Our affiliate links of the Drunken Peasants in our description section of every single video.
As you can imagine, our Christmases are pretty awkward when people open gifts with TJ around.
We're beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
Oh, by the way, Gail mentioned us in her most recent video.
Oh, shit.
Yep.
She did.
About 6 minutes in to her most recent video.
Let's
see
take
that.
a look at Gail mentioning us.
I was watching Fox News this morning, and they were showing news coverage of Donald Trump at Iowa, and Donald didn't seem quite like himself. He seemed to have
Jesuit
changed
clone.
his stance on the Middle East, saying that we should bomb the oil fields of ISIS, which sounds a little crazy. And he was saying that
he sounds
was saying
crazy.
that Ben
Donald Trump is
Carson
fucking crazy.
Not like
has
Gail.
a pathological
Sane.
illness, and that which is sort of like a child molester, kind of like.
Did Donald Trump call Ben Carson a child molester? Did I miss that?
Yes, you did. Wow. Donald Trump was like, Ben Carson, he's a child molester. That's what he said.
It's gonna be huge.
He didn't say that.
Trying to compare Ben Carson to a child molester.
Yeah, that
And
happened.
then he used some, I think he said the SHIT word, and
yeah, that
and he
happened
was
too.
pulling at his pants weird and just acting really strange. And the gut feeling that I got from that was that
Jesuit
he had
clone.
been switched out with his clone.
Yep.
And he
Oh.
was like late. He was about 40 minutes late for the meeting too, which doesn't
Wow.
sound like high energy
Yeah,
Donald
Jesuit
Trump to
clone.
me. And I actually went online to watch some video footage of that, and I got the distinct impression that that was a Donald Trump Jesuit clone.
Wow.
Fortunately,
and you know what?
I think
He's
we're
been
going
dropping in
that,
polls.
that really angered me because I think this is a deliberate attempt by the Jesuits to make sure that Donald Trump does not become American president. They're
Wow,
trying to
those
discredit him
fucking
and make him
Jesuits.
appear like he's an adolescent in the way he approaches the presidency.
Yeah, he was never like that before. That wasn't like that from the get-go. That's only been recently that happened.
Dude, that is oh god, that's so perfect.
So he said some other things that were kind of like off the wall too, and
yeah.
So I decided
you're
to
a
write
great
some law
judge of that.
to solve this
That's like the
problem.
definition of fucking
it
irony
can be
right
very
there.
confusing for a viewer when you try to watch the news and figure out what's really going on. So I wrote some new laws, and I'm going to have
Finally.
links to those laws.
Okay, so
links to the laws.
We have to pay attention to these fucking laws, or else we're in deep shit.
Yeah. So these are new laws from Gail.
Yes, for us.
For us. For
Yeah.
us?
Well, she
Yeah.
mentions that we fall under these laws later on.
So we especially need to pay attention to these laws.
She names us. She says she mentions us by name.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So we need to be really careful about following these laws.
Yep.
Okay.
Underneath this video so that you can view them, but I just want to explain them.
Okay.
And these are
explain away.
basically anti-terrorism laws, and
Sweet.
the laws that I'm writing, all news media organizations have to register at Church of Gail,
Okay.
and they are all required
Should we
to
write
use
this
what
down,
I call
Scotty?
citizen scanner cameras,
Well, we have video
which is
record.
a
Right,
camera
sure. We'll do it later.
that is designed so that when it films a Jesuit clone or a Jesuit supporter, when you view them on the television screen, you will see a golden halo around their body. Like
Oh shit!
Yeah.
You know what? We'll have that on our next episode for sure. Because I have a suspicion that there's a Jesuit in this fucking room right now.
You know, I don't think we should do that. You know, that... I don't
TJ,
know, man.
shut up. I suspect
we need,
that there's a Jesuit
I don't
in this.
think so.
Scotty,
we don't need to prove anything.
do you think that maybe someone?
Oh, no. Seems like there could be someone in
No,
this.
I don't think so. You guys are going way overboard. These are
I
not
don't
real
know.
laws. You know, this is just Gail talking. You know how Gail is. We don't need to listen to this.
aura around their body. So if you all of a sudden are watching
Looking a
Fox
little golden
News
today,
and you see
TJ.
a golden halo around Donald Trump as he's stomping, on the campaign trail, then that means that is his clone that you're watching. And just be aware of that's not the real Donald Trump. But the way these citizen scanner cameras are going to be set
that
up
fucking
is they're going to be
clone
set up
is
like
trying
my
to make him
citizen
look
scanners,
bad.
which is basically a weapon to execute Jesuits and their supporters. So what it will ideally do is, let's say the Donald Trump clone is up there stumping behind he's getting up to the podium to speak. If somebody has a citizen scanner camera on their person, or if it's anywhere within a mile of this clone, he will be executed on the spot.
So wait a minute. So if this doesn't happen, does that mean that everything Gail has said is bullshit? Or would the Jesuits just keep replacing him with new clones all the time?
Wouldn't he be in public so people would see him be executed?
They would have to do their Jesuit mind erasing, strategy.
Oh, yeah, of course.
With the Men in Black thing.
The Jesuits are far more clever than that.
Jesuits aren't going to be tripped up by these laws,
Well, they control everything.
They're probably already working on countermeasures to Gail's technology.
By the citizen scanner camera. So you're just going to see him fall and drop dead right on the camera. If the Jesuits have a shield around the clone so that our scanner doesn't work to execute them, then you will see them in news media coverage, but they will be required to show a golden halo all around their body. So
if they can't
and also,
execute the
I've
clones,
written law that all news media organizations must use a citizen scanner camera for all
Gail's new
footage.
laws, man?
And this includes a
Crazy
citizen
shit.
scanner cameras is defined as anything that takes pictures, audio, or visual.
TJ,
what's up, Ben?
TJ, what are you doing?
Just going on, TJ? My sick grandma, just wishing her.
Your sick grandma's name is Zach.
I didn't say.
What's going on, TJ?
Her name is Zatritza. That's what you probably heard. Zatritza.
I think you need to come clean, TJ.
No, as
Some bothering you,
hold
TJ?
on, I gotta go, Granny.
Some bothering you, TJ?
Yeah. See ya.
I
can
believe
be
the
uploaded
Jesuits
to
are working
any
on
media
countermeasures
that
to
can
Gail's
influence
technology,
public
or scanner
opinion.
technology.
So, for instance, Brett
Have it a good
Spiner,
word.
and the way we're going to deal with past footage
Mhm.
is all news media organizations. And a news media organization is any organization that uploads anything to any public presentation which could influence public opinion. So you don't have to be a traditional news media organization. My YouTube channel could fall in this category. My YouTube channel would be considered a news media organization. And
Someone needs to do a video where Gail starts glowing with a halo right there, thus proving that she is a Jesuit clone.
anybody, any person or organization who uploads any media to any public presentation has to be registered with Church of Gail. If they,
We're gonna start. We're gonna
that's
register right
conspiracy
away.
law for any conspiracy law honoring nation like the United States, Russia, and many other countries like China. And I think Iran and Turkey were negotiating with them. And we were in negotiations.
Luckily, we're located in Bosnia, so we actually are not a conspiracy.
Oh no, we're gonna
law.
register, TJ. We're gonna register.
No, we're not.
Yes,
No,
we are.
No, that's not necessary.
I think we should do
I
it.
believe, with France, which is why we had that tragedy in France, which was horrible, a terrible Jesuit atrocity.
Oh, so the Jesuits
Apparently,
did it.
that was an attempt to create a
Thought it was the Muslims? Nope. Jesuits.
Sarah Avery was on the loose in Paris.
She ate those people. That's what really happened.
distraction, because the Jesuits knew I was going to make this video, so they wanted to make a distraction so people won't listen to what I have to say. But
of course.
go ahead and read my laws underneath this video. All news media organizations, if they are cooperating with us, they're going to have a green horizontal stripe, probably at the bottom of the screen, to show that they're in compliance with this law, that they're using citizen scanner cameras, which means they are required to put a golden halo around anybody who's a Jesuit or Jesuit supporter, or that includes Jesuit clones, in the news media coverage. A red halo means the person's under Jesuit brain control. So you need to, that's just to have the audience aware of what's going on.
Okay.
And
well,
very important distinction. Yellow
good to
halo,
know.
they're a Jesuit supporter or a Jesuit clone. Red halo, Jesuit mind control.
this is true not of any news media organization.
Seems like you guys are wearing a lot of red today.
Yep.
I would include
Interesting.
people like the Drunken Peasants and the Amazing Atheists. They have to register. We're not going to curtail freedom of speech, but we are going to require
kill
them
anyone who's a Jesuit.
to
You
put
know,
so
I've kind of rolled back my support of this. You know, I think it's a bad idea.
So you're saying we defy what Gail is saying?
I think for the sake of freedom, we have to defy Gail.
Freedom isn't free. Sorry, Gail, we're not going to register.
We may be attacked at any moment now.
We're gonna take on your laws.
We can legally be executed.
We
now.
refuse to abide by your laws, and you will be receiving a manifesto from me shortly.
And we are not Jesuits. We're a totally different faction.
Yeah, we're as far beyond the Jesuits as the Jesuits are beyond you.
Yes.
You small little thing.
All right. Wow.
We have power beyond power, sight beyond sight,
Sword of Omen,
might beyond might.
You know,
kill it
I
with
understand
fire.
why people commit suicide.
Ugh, you're disgusting.
They watch one of your videos.
Rejection hurts.
Rejection hurts.
What were you rejected by? Did Weight
I'm
Watchers
so
reject you?
lonely,
It's like,
so
we can't help you,
lonely.
Josh. You gotta go.
You know, it doesn't matter if you're rich, poor, famous, unknown.
Actually, all that really does matter.
Yeah, it has a huge impact on your life.
Yeah, I would say, you know, my dad used to say to me, you know, TJ, I've been rich and I've been poor, and rich is better. That's exactly how he said it.
He had an accent like that?
Sort of. And like, in maybe way less exaggerated. than
Yeah,
that.
way less exaggerated.
But, you know.
Whatever it is, whatever the case may be, there's something about rejection that can rip a person's heart out.
Yeah.
You know,
wow, this is like
somber.
This is Josh's like serious, solemn video. This is when Josh gets real with us, you know, drops the animated facade and presentation and talks real to his peeps. You know, I respect that.
Oh, I respect it too.
I
man.
respect.
You know, Josh is keeping it fucking real. Haters gonna hate. Haters gonna hate, Josh.
I used to think you were a joke, but now I see you're to be taken seriously.
I remember 3 years ago struggling with rejection to the point of wanting to kill myself over the rejection of one girl.
But then God was like, don't do it, Josh.
Stop, Josh. Okay, Jesus.
So it's 3 years ago he's struggling with this rejection. Doesn't he have a bunch of kids that are older than that? Kind of confused. Is he divorced? That doesn't seem very godly. Was he cheating on his wife? Was it his wife? I don't understand. I'm confused.
As many of you guys know, this week I did a video that broke the internet over a stupid Starbucks cup.
It didn't break the internet.
It's amazing. Millions and millions of people. There's those that agree with you, that obviously the ones that made it go viral, that started the hashtag and the movement, and then there's those that hate you. And
I don't think very many people hated you for the Starbucks cup thing. I think a lot of people just thought it was really, 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 really fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, which it is.
Because it was. And it still is. And literally no one should agree with you.
it's one thing for your haters to hate, but then the people that you love, when they hate on you, I mean, it just like, that's...
I think even Josh's kids were like, Daddy, you're a fucking moron.
Oh, shit. His fucking soul has been crushed. Just look at him, TJ.
Ugh.
Josh Feuerstein has been defeated by the internet at last.
He looks like a fat man looking up at like a sacred donut or something.
A sacred donut that's been eaten.
I could never have
I'll
it.
never have it.
It's too high for me to reach and always will be.
And I started thinking to myself,
first time for everything.
The thing about suicide, there's a lot of people who think that it's the easy way out, that it's the...
Josh, no one is buying that you're contemplating suicide.
Or
no one is buying that you even give a shit, or that this is a genuine, sincere, emotional moment. No one buys that.
He's a charlatan, of course.
You're a crisis actor, Josh. You're just a crisis actor.
Well, he really is.
Pain. A lot of people commit suicide because they've been rejected, and the only way that they know how to escape the reality that they're living in, and trust me, this week I've wanted to escape the reality that I was living in. The thing about suicide...
What was so bad for you this week? You got millions upon millions of views and tons of idiots supporting you. You got Donald Trump, the fucking forerunner of the Republican Party at this point, using your talking points to rile up a crowd at a big speech. The fuck is wrong? What the fuck is wrong with your life? All you had to do is be like, this cup at Starbucks ain't got Jesus on it. And a bunch of fucking retards patted you on the back and fucking treated you like you were special. Instead of being laughed at and derided as special ed. I mean, sure, some people had, took their pot shots at you because it was fucking stupid. But there's plenty of morons that totally embraced what you were saying. I mean, isn't that what you want? Isn't that what you've always wanted? Now you don't like it? Careful what you wish for, I guess.
Suicide, it's not the end of pain. Suicide is gift wrapping pain and giving it to somebody else. So you think you're ending your pain, but what you're doing is you're taking your pain, multiplying it, and giving...
Plus, under your own theology, if you commit suicide, you go right to hell and suffer even worse pain forever and ever.
Going to hell.
You going to hell, Josh.
It to your wife, to your kids, to your family members, to anybody that loves you. It's not the end of pain, it's the passing on of it.
Yeah.
That's why I say suicide's not the
Real
courageous
profound, man.
way out. But then take rejection. Everybody has a desire to be accepted. Even someone like me that's an antagonist and in-your-face type internet personality, somebody that's...
I noticed that
Josh is so fucking deep, dude.
I noticed that this more like him trying to portray a more honest, toned-down version of himself isn't really mentioning God too much. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe he's building to it. We'll see.
Always pushing the status quo, and I'm a big boy. I'm not asking for anyone's sympathy. I can take it. I'd dish it out. But on a side note, I did actually think to myself, this week is all of the hate and mocking and things. I mean, literally a minimum of 10,000 emails encouraging me to kill myself.
No.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
That I don't buy that for a fucking second.
I'm sure he gets emails like that, but I don't think it's 10,000.
No. No one tells.
How would he even look through them all?
10,000. Literally 10,000 emails telling me to kill myself. No, you're lying. You did not receive. If you have them, show them to me, and I will fucking eat my words and be like, you know what? You're right. You did. But I don't buy it.
Oftentimes, we don't realize the power of a word and things that we say.
Yeah.
And I started thinking to myself, you know, it's one thing for me to rag on Starbucks, a corporation, a faceless identity, or...
No one knows what it's like to be Josh Feuerstein, a fucking idiot.
Where's your red
on the
wine?
internet.
Or rag on a cup and try to make a cultural point, which 99% of America didn't even get. But
where's your red?
99% of America didn't get your point? No, your point was stupid. Your point was fucking stupid, Josh.
Checkmate,
Can you
Starbucks.
please
I
accept...
checked you.
And look, so many people argued against you from so many different angles, and I would say at least 95% of them had good points against you. Did I see some stuff that was unfair? Sure. But not very much. Like, I remember when Stephen Colbert even fucking mocked your dumb ass, and he pointed out that there's tons and tons of Christmas shit in Starbucks. There's a fucking shitload of Christmas-themed stuff. There's Christmas cookies, there's Christmas albums, there's Christmas merchandise.
Not to mention people still
There's
celebrate
the special Christmas blend.
But for most people, it's never been about a religious shit. I mean, some people it is still about the religious element of it, but a lot of people just celebrate Christmas just to celebrate it.
Yeah, like, I like Christmas. I'm not a Christian. I don't give a fuck about Christianity. I don't even think, I mean, Christmas doesn't even have its origins in Christianity anyway. But I don't celebrate the pagan version either. What I celebrate is the modern, American, secular, capitalist fucking holiday. I have fun with that. I enjoy that.
Nonetheless, it's another thing when it's directed at a person. And I felt like I needed to make one apology. Trying to think of anybody that maybe...
Apologize to me, Josh.
Could have felt like, or maybe I was part of something. And while I may not agree with his lifestyle, may not agree with his choices, may not agree with the agenda behind it, I just want to say a quick apology to Bruce Jenner, because that's probably
Caitlyn Jenner. I'm sorry, like, if you're gonna have that apology, at least respect them enough. Even if you don't respect the gender identity, whatever, respect what someone actually wants to be called and how they want to be addressed. It'd be like if you wanted people to call you JF and they just kept calling you Josh, and you're like, I don't like that, call me JF, please. But don't go by JF, because we have a way smarter person that comes on our show that already has
a
that
way
name.
smarter person.
Way smarter. Significantly smarter. Not that that's even a bragging right.
one person that I've called out by name, and
oh my God. Stop.
I don't think Jesus.
Let's milk those tear tits. Oh, yeah, emotions are happening. You're seeing my vulnerable side now, guys.
Oh, this is so
Send me more money.
So fucking
Send me more money.
phony.
Look how real I am.
Josh, you're full of shit.
Tear titties. Milk the tear titties.
Yeah, I'm Josh, and I'm sad. Let's keep it real. Oh, by the way, donate some money.
Hi, guys. I'm Josh Moronstein, and today I'm really solemn and want to respond to people I've hurt. You know, I made a video. 99% of Americans just didn't fucking get it. They're stupid. But, you know, one person I want to apologize to and simultaneously disrespect by not identifying them the way they want to be identified is Bruce Jenner. You're a cool dude, Bruce. Real cool dude.
Yeah, bro. You're my bro, dude.
Fuck
You're
you,
my dude,
Josh.
bro.
Fuck you. Fuck you to death. You're horrible. You're fucking horrible. All right? Don't try to do this I'm a sincere guy routine. No one buys this shit. This is such a put upon. It's painful.
Just go back to being a loudmouth asshole.
Now's the time in the video where we ask everyone to thumbs up the video.
Thumbs up the video, guys.
Give it a big thumbs up.
Yes,
If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Yeah. This Friday, we will have the rap battle between JF and G-Man.
JF versus G-Man.
I'm predicting that G-Man is going to win.
Really?
I also am predicting a G-Man victory.
All right, and after that happens, I have someone who wants to come and talk to G-Man, a surprise guest.
Is it G-Man's mom?
No.
Wow.
Not even close.
G-Man's mom is coming on the show, guys.
No.
G-Mom, that's her name.
You'll have to find out on Friday.
I'll say his last name rhymes with grass. I'll say that.
Grass.
Yeah.
Who could it be?
I know who it's gonna be. I figured it out.
All right.
Peasant.
TJ.
Yes.
I found this recording on YouTube.
Okay.
And it's supposed to be some sort of hypnotherapy to make your dick grow.
Sweet. Finally.
Do you want to listen to some of it and see if it works?
I want to see if it works.
Anything to help you.
Finally. Put an end to this national
all the help he
embarrassment
can
that is
get.
my dick.
Yep.
Should I put the headphones on my dick, or do I have to listen to it? Close my eyes.
Bigger.
Yes. Yes. So much harder. Yes.
And wider.
Yes.
If you ever wished you
I
could
do.
have that perfect cock.
Yes. Yes.
Cock.
This
that
fucking
makes
knows
your
me, man.
partner Wild.
That's your partner wild, TJ. Wow.
Yeah.
You
Tired of that
certainly
lackluster
come
response in the bedroom.
to the right place.
Finally.
Dr.
Hypnotize me.
will take very good care.
Am I supposed to be
of
looking
you.
at this? Okay. Annabelle Katz.
And then some.
Trippy. I feel like I'm.
If you would like.
I feel like I'm stuck in
A
the end of
larger,
2001.
more
Space
massive
Odyssey.
Penis.
Yes. More massive.
You
So
are
big.
in the right place.
I don't even
Seriously though,
I don't even want it to please my partner. I just want it to rip them apart.
How could this possibly work?
Shut up, Ben. When my dick is huge, I'm gonna beat you to death with it.
Come on, Ben. It seems legit. I mean, could they
you want me to
sell
keep it going?
Could they sell it?
Does it feel like it's working?
I
so
feel my
far?
dick getting bigger, man.
All
Wow, that's amazing.
Your
It's because I got the direct view. You guys got to look at it
is
from
a
a side
huge
angle.
A huge part of your life.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Wow,
Let's
yeah.
face it, your penis plays a big role
I wish.
in your sex life.
Yeah.
In your
This session has it all.
Yeah.
Because, after all, who doesn't want a bigger, harder, longer, and wider cock?
Who doesn't want that, TJ?
I'm sure probably there's someone who doesn't. Someone's probably like, I feel like this is pretty good.
You have to. So TJ, you need to buy this and watch it every day, and it's going to give you all of those results.
I need to see if it works, Do you guys think it might work?
I don't know.
You never know.
Ben's
TJ.
not sure. Scotty says maybe.
You never know, TJ.
This might be a realistic solution to this problem. And then AIU will finally respect me.
Yeah, he will.
We know that's all you've wanted all these months.
Yeah.
He'll fucking hug you. And you're like,
Devin, all I ever wanted.
I love you, Devin.
Respect me.
I just wanted you to like Devin. Can be my friend. You're not a racist. I just said it because I love you and I want your attention. Hug me. Make my small penis better.
Men want it.
That's really actually true.
Yeah, it's all true.
Want it. Everyone wants
Everyone wants it, TJ.
Everyone wants big cocks. Come on.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think my cock is big enough now.
What?
Yeah, it's about 15 inches just from what we saw.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Pretty amazing stuff. My jeans are kind of hurting. I think we should probably stop there. Oh, yeah.
This next video is how Ben Carson would combat terror threat.
He'd stab him.
The attacks in Paris mean the focus in the race for president will now shift decidedly to the war on terror and how to keep Americans.
You know, this guy's jowls actually affect his speech pattern.
The war on terror.
I hope my jowls are never big enough that they start flopping around as I'm trying to talk.
What do you say about Paul's ego, TJ?
The war on terror.
What are you saying about Paul, buddy?
This guy's one of the few actual journalists on Fox News.
He's he's there to confuse you.
He is right-leaning, though.
Yeah, but he's not crazy fuck. Like
No, he's
some
not
of his
Sean
other people.
Hannity.
No, he ain't like no Sean Hannity.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen him come out with some crazy shit every now and then, but mostly he's pretty much, he's on the level. He's sane, rational.
Right.
Hopefully it doesn't prove me wrong in this clip.
Safe. Joining us now is one of the Republican frontrunners, Dr. Ben Carson. And Dr. Carson, welcome back to Fox News Sunday.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Thank you.
If you...
I'm Ben Carson. How you doing? Nice to be here.
Seriously.
I'm real mellow.
He is very mellow.
It seems like this guy just perpetually is like as stoned as possible. It's like, okay.
He writes himself oxycodone prescriptions, probably.
Yeah, he is ultra fucking mellow. He must be on something.
He's going to wake up 2 years into his presidency and be like, holy shit, am I president?
Damn.
What the fuck did I do?
He's been on autopilot the whole time.
Shit.
Drinking and taking pills.
I told him I tried to stab someone and they still wanted me president? What the fuck?
Well, I mean, a Republican president's pretty easy. They just like go, let the lobbyists write all the bills, and I'll just be like, yeah, it's a great bill.
I'm pretty sure like being crazy is now almost like a requirement for the Republican Party.
Yes.
I think in like 20 years to get the nomination, you're just gonna have to go out on stage, shit into your open hands.
You basically have to be Gigi
Take a bite out of it and then throw it at the crowd. The crowd will be like, you know what? He stands for traditional American
Just come out, fuck Muslims, fuck Mexicans, kill them all, send them back. Woohoo!
Woo! Yeah, that's my candidate.
By TJ's definition, Gigi Allen would have been the Republican nominee.
It's amazing how things go full circle, isn't it, Ben?
Yes.
If you were president right now, what would you be doing specifically in response to the attack on Paris?
Ben Carson?
Stab them.
Well, obviously,
Stab them all.
extending, our support to the French. They were our first allies.
Oh yeah, sure.
10 years ago,
Yeah,
you guys were saying
fucking hated him.
No, they love him. They love him. Come on, guys, they love him.
Wow, it's unbelievable. I remember Bill O'Reilly talking to Stephen Colbert, interviewing him on the O'Reilly Factor, and found out that his name was originally pronounced Colbert, which is like an Irish name, but instead he pronounces it Colbert, and he's like, why'd you choose a French name? It's like, he was like offended by the fact that he decided to use a French name. That was like the narrative that they had.
Fucking French, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the freedom fries.
Yeah, after the show, let's grab some fucking freedom fries or some freedom
all
toast.
this fucking horse shit, and now like we love France.
They were
our first allies. They helped us against the British.
Dude, I've heard them say it so many times. They were our first allies.
They never said that shit 10 years ago.
No.
These people don't fucking care.
They fucking whitewashed that out of
fucking
history.
vultures.
And we certainly want to stand with them and make sure that they understand
No,
that.
you don't want to stand
and
with
that
them,
we
you fucking
sympathize with them.
liar.
But, recognize that the president has a large array of resources available to him besides just the Pentagon. We need to use our intelligence to a much greater extent, our intelligence agencies. I think
we don't have much intelligence in this country, I'm afraid.
I think looking at the ideological war that's being waged by the jihadists has been very effective, and we need to wage a counter.
By the way, there's a link in my video. If you haven't read it yet, you can read the ISIS letter taking credit for the attack. And their rhetoric is pretty much entirely, Allah is great, Allah approves of this, Allah is now welcoming these bombers into his bosom, and he loves them, and they're blessed by Allah, and may we be so blessed by Allah, and Allah, Allah, Allah.
Blech.
So all this shit about it's not religious, it's more about like geopolitics and stuff. It's like, well, not according to the manifesto they sent, you stupid fucking goddamn PC liberal fucktards. Nope. Sorry.
war against them, utilizing social media.
Yeah, I mean,
and all the same.
when they blatantly say that their religion is the reason why they're doing it, it's kind of hard to ignore.
Ben, they're perverting it. They're not true Muslims. Come on.
Perverting the faith.
They're not real Muslims.
When someone has an interpretation of Islam we don't like, they're perverting the faith.
Oh, well, this is a standard line of reasoning when it's like, oh, you're not a true Christian, you're not a true whatever.
I would say the faith is perverting them instead.
Yeah, that's probably...
That's way more true.
Yeah, you're right. Solid.
Same mechanisms that they use. And also the clerics. We need to be putting pressure on them to disavow what ISIS is doing. You know, they can't...
I feel like at some point, if he's president, he's going to do a State of the Union address in his pajamas.
For some reason, I can actually see that happen.
They're gonna be those old,
what is he doing here?
He's just picking at his ear. He's probably,
we got to do a screenshot.
His earpiece is probably fallen out. When I was on CNN, it was kind of like that. I kind of had to kept pushing it back in. So they're not. You would figure the shit would be more down to a gnat's ass than it is. It's really kind of a shitty system.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've got it more simplified than they do.
You know, no one needs this live via satellite shit anymore. We've got Skype. Come on, just get them on a solid internet connection. You could fucking do it. I promise you, it's way better.
Yeah, I don't know why they need a satellite.
They're dumb.
There's no need to use a giant thing floating around in space.
Yeah, just to carry Ben Carson's boring, ugly, charismatic ass onto this boring Fox News Sunday horse shit. While he fucking anally molests his own ear.
He anally molests an ear.
Yeah.
Sit on the sideline here. And I think also, you know, looking at what was accomplished recently with the taking of a city, you know, that's a long-range thing, and it worked very well with the Kurds, shutting off supplies, creating the right atmosphere, providing the type of air support. You know, we can start doing that with other places too.
Reading a
If you look
fucking
at
cue
places
card
like
to
Mosul,
me.
you know, we can start.
He looks like he's reading a fucking cue card. I don't know what's going on there. That's pretty weird.
Now,
but let me, if I may, sir,
controlling.
If I may, let me just focus on the military component, because obviously after the slaughter of over 100 people...
Yeah, let's not talk about any other approaches. We want to focus on what the military is going to do. Who are we going to kill? Come on.
While all of those are important components, the military component is the most immediate one. And you have said that you would, as president, try to create an international coalition militarily.
Some people are dead. Who the fuck we got to kill to make it right? You know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah, let's get involved.
Let's get involved in this shit. Let's kill some people. All right.
We got a
US.
reason. We'll come to save the day.
We're going to go take ISIS on. We're going to... You know, I actually came up with a solution to this, by the way. We don't need to waste our army on this. What we need to do is get all these gun-toting, racist, redneck fucks we got in America and get them armed and send them to fight ISIS. In fact, actually, they don't even need to send them, because ISIS and the rednecks of America can compete to see who gets Texas. Yeah, I mean, America has to put up some skin in this game, too. We got to give up Texas.
To ISIS?
It's never get lost. Well, to either ISIS or the rednecks. They got to fight for it.
No.
They got to fight for it. You know, and if ISIS wins, they can turn it into a Muslim theocracy where they can,
and you want to
subjugate women and stone gay people and stuff.
You want to border the ISIS country?
Well, you know, I figure, how do you know the rednecks won't win? And they can start a Christian theocracy, and they can subjugate women and stone homosexuals and do all the same stuff that ISIS would do anyway. So either way, you know, yeah, we'll share a border with some crazy people, but... You know, at least they'll be confined to Texas. They should be happy there. It's like it's kind of an idiot playground in that state. We just turn Texas into a big, soft idiot playground, and whoever wins, whether it's ISIS or the rednecks, they'll have a grand old time, and they won't be bothering us anymore. And we can get Donald Trump to build a wall around the state if it really becomes a problem, because he can do that very cheaply.
Sounds wonderful.
To go after ISIS, how would you put that together? Who would you call first?
The League of Justice.
Look, he's falling asleep.
Who would I call? I don't know.
I'll stab your ass.
He's actually sleepwalking through this entire campaign. He's just that's gonna be it. He's gonna literally wake up in 2 years and be like, "Holy shit, I'm president! What did I do last night?" Turns out he's been sleepwalking for quite some time.
Well, what I was just explaining is, how we use the resources that we have. That
We'd be the first president with narcolepsy, so there we go.
Includes some of our special ops people working in conjunction with an effective fighting force there. Those are the kinds of things that will create enthusiasm as
so
we
it really
begin
sounds
to
like
take
you have the
back
same
the land,
policy as
take back-
Obama.
I have a question. How is this guy doing well in the polls? At least with Donald Trump, I can see like the entertainment factor. Every time I hear Ben Carson talk, I'm like, wow, this guy is, not only is he stupid and
fucking
crazy,
dull.
he's fucking boring.
I'm ready to go to bed now.
He's like taking a fucking Ambien shot directly in the eyeball or something. What the fuck?
The areas and damage.
Yeah, show some
their
terrorists.
image throughout
Maybe it'll
the
wake me
world.
up.
But who would you call first, specifically, to put
I want to see him on the monkey
an
bars.
international military
That was my
coalition?
favorite video clip that they used for years.
The terrorists on the monkey bars.
Yeah.
Like, watch out, America. These terrorists have got monkey bars locked down.
Yep. Look how fast they move on the monkey bars. That means they're a threat.
They're fucking serious business. They fucking... Have you seen him, Muhammad on the monkey bars, man? Fucking, he can... Boom, 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 boom.
They do their terrorist
like
obstacle
instant,
course. It's like, damn, he ran the terrorist obstacle course in 5 minutes. He's fucking ready.
They've been training to attack children's playgrounds. That's why.
You should see him play hopscotch, man.
Yeah.
Wow, man.
Muhammad dominates in hopscotch.
Foursquare and kickball.
Hassan, do you want to play volleyball? Oh!
No, I want to play on the seesaw.
Yep.
My point being that if
Terrorists.
we get out there...
The lesson from this is that terrorists are a whimsical, fun-loving lot. Trying to show the different side. Unlike
the
Ben
impression I
Carson,
took
who's
away.
boring as fuck. If you have the chance to go to a terrorist party or to hang out with Ben Carson, go hang out with a terrorist, because those guys, they know how to have fun, all right? Ben Carson, boring. He's Buzz Killington personified.
And we really lead, and it appears that we're making progress, then all of the Arab states and even the non-Arab states, who I think are beginning to recognize that the jihad movement is global. It is not just local in the Middle East. But if we fight it there, they will have to pool their resources in that area, and then we won't have to necessarily fight.
So basically, you're going to go back to the old Iraq War
Gotta smoke 'em out.
truism of, like, gotta fight them over there so we don't have to fight them here. So you're going back to that old, oft-used line of bullshit that conservatives use to justify the war in Iraq forever. Okay.
Which probably led to the creation of ISIS.
I'm glad to
with.
see that I'm glad to see the very ideas that gave ISIS its inception are coming back, and that you've learned absolutely nothing from even recent history that you should easily be able to remember. You're gonna be president, I'm sure. It's gonna be a glorious day for America.
Them here, that's what I'm saying.
But can you tell us who you would call first, sir, on the international scene?
I would call for all of the...
If he did become president, that would be a huge decline in the history of black presidents, don't you think?
Yes.
You know, we started off with Obama, you know, which, however way you feel about him, you know, he's not batshit crazy. He's got some accomplishments under his belt.
Well,
this guy,
Ben Carson does have accomplishments.
yeah, in the realm of neurosurgery.
Yes.
You know, and no one can take that away from him. He was a brilliant neurosurgeon. I've done the research because I was flabbergasted that he could be, but he apparently was. He revolutionized several procedures. He was one of the youngest fucking heads of neurosurgery at such and such or wherever. He was a bunch of prestigious shit he accomplished. But as a politician and as a general human being, he's a fucking moron. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He obviously tried to do surgery on his own brain and found it more difficult
It's
than
like
he
when
imagined.
people try to cut their own hair.
Yes. Just as you know, I try to cut my hair, I end up with a stupid haircut. He tried to do brain surgery on himself, ended up with a stupid fucking brain.
Damn.
Ended up with a stupid fucking brain.
Arab states to be involved in this. I would call for all of our traditional allies to be involved in this. You know, I don't want to leave anybody out because really this is...
Who the fuck are our traditional allies?
What a nice guy.
Movement.
I don't want to leave anyone out.
Whose eventual goal is to dominate the entire world.
Let me-
and I think a lot of people...
Which is totally realistic.
Well,
I'm sorry, sir, but I just want to ask you. You talk about, and you've been...
Yeah, the threat of ISIS dominating the entire globe.
Yeah, something that...
So likely.
Something that the U.S., Russia, and China themselves can't accomplish. ISIS is just going to be... They're going to crack the code, and then it's going to be ISIS world domination.
And that's how you dominate the globe. Yeah, we succeeded where all of these giant empires have failed. We control some of Iraq and Syria, the most destabilized countries on the face of the earth. And, you know, we have ambitions to conquer the entire world. Yeah, well, good luck with that, ISIS. Have fun trying. You're not going to get much past the fucked up parts of Syria and Iraq. Sorry. And even if you do, we're just going to blow it up. I mean, come on, let's be honest.
You want to watch more or move on?
I mean, eventually, the world is just, whether you agree with it or not, the world is just going to say, you know what, fuck ISIS, they keep blowing our shit up, they keep attacking us, let's just go kill them all, and if there's civilian casualties, so be it. And that's just going to be the attitude, and that's what's going to happen, and people are going to kind of boo-hoo and wring their hands about it, but it's going to happen anyway, because that's just the way the wind is going to blow if they keep doing this shit, which they will, because they're stupid.
Move on?
Sure.
All right. This is how well did Democrats handle terrorism topics at the debate?
Okay.
The most recent debate.
Sure.
Let's
yeah,
bring
I
in our
watched it.
fair and balanced panel, who are now both thinking about pork chop.
Fair and balanced
Fox News
panel.
Contributor Pete Snyder,
So bullshit
Democratic
in the beginning.
Communications
Hi, I'm
John
Honest
Deffinger.
Pete.
John,
Never
less
told
than
a lie
48
in all
hours
my
after the
days.
Paris attacks, is that really the time to say we're not at war with radical Islam, climate change is the biggest threat to national security, or the Democrats?
Yeah, it is.
It really is. Look at the situation in Syria and these other countries. Why do you think people are susceptible to extremism? People are not susceptible to extremism in the best of times when everything's plentiful. Like, hey, I know you're living a good life now, but want to become a terrorist? Like, no thanks, I'm happy now.
Doing themselves any favors here?
Well, take them one at a time. This idea of us being at war with radical Islam. First of all, Hillary said jihadis. I don't know of any Jewish jihadis. I don't know of any Christian jihadis. She knows who we're at war with.
So why not say radical Islam?
Because when you say...
What does it fucking matter? Everyone knows who she's fucking talking about.
Political correctness. We all know it's politically correct bullshit.
Can you stop worrying about the words used and actually address the fucking point of the issue? All right? I don't give a fuck. We all know that when she says jihadi, she means radical Islamist. She means some Islamic extremist somewhere. As you said yourself, there ain't no fucking Jewish jihadi, all right? There's no atheist jihadi. There's no Hindu jihadi. There's only Muslim jihadi.
Hey, anytime you implicate the entire religion, when you say Muslim, when you say Islam, when you say something that the billion Muslims in this world recognize themselves in,
it's more than a billion, okay?
Yeah.
It's like 1.2 to 1.4 billion, depending on the figure you look at. I've heard it as high as 1.7, I think. But usually I see around 1.2.
You just gave them allies that they would not otherwise have. It was amazing to me to see all these Republican candidates leap onto Twitter last night, essentially to do the work of ISIS, to say this is a clash of civilizations. That's exactly what the terrorists want.
Hold on.
Yeah.
They were on Twitter. They were also on ABC this week. This morning.
Sure were.
Marco Rubio, play that soundbite.
Play it. Play the soundbite.
I don't understand it. That would be like saying we weren't at war with Nazis because we were afraid to offend some Germans who may have been members of the Nazi party but weren't violent themselves. We are at war with radical Islam.
That's not really...
Why are Nazi analogies so popular?
I don't know, because it's just a very distinct cultural thing that most people at least have some rudimentary understanding of. But that analogy really didn't make a lot of sense. I mean, I'm okay with saying Islamic extremists and all that, but the way they're arguing against it's kind of strange. Like, When you say Nazi,
it's because they actually do believe that all Muslims are bad. That's what I'm saying. That's the difference. You can kind of see the connotation. Well, I'm not saying that, but I am.
Yeah, I mean, like, Nazis doesn't equate to Germans, and I think people at that time would have just said, we're at war with the fucking Germans. Because we were.
Yeah.
Whether they were good people or not, we were still at war with them. So it doesn't make sense to say we're at war with Islam. I think it does make sense to say we're at war with extremist Islam. But jihadis works just as well. As you said, it's not even problematic as a term, all right? Everyone understands what the fuck is being discussed. No one is confused. So let's move on from there to something more substantive.
By your definition, is Marco Rubio doing ISIS's work?
I think he got it backwards. It would be like saying we weren't at war with Germany or Nazis to defend Germany. But yeah, if you are saying that we are at war with Muslims writ large, anytime, look, this is not a rational conversation, but we got a lot of Muslims out
John,
there.
They're at
they
war
have
with
to know
us.
that
I mean, that's what really matters
and we're
here.
at war with
I
the terrorists too, but not
Leland,
with everybody
here's
who's a
the
Muslim.
problem. It's like the Yale faculty and Yale student body have hijacked the Democratic Party. We are having PC word battles instead of recognizing.
Okay, you're the only ones who are turning this into a PC word battle. No one else was complaining about them saying jihadis. Everyone understood what that term means.
These fucktards obviously do.
It's perfect. It's a perfectly apt term. The only one who's turning it into some word battle bullshit is you guys. So if anyone should be compared to the fucking spoiled little liberal douches at Yale,
they need to call them
it should be
extremist
you.
Muslims. They need to say it specifically. Oh, they always do this. Every time Democrats talk or any group talks about this, it's like, why are they not calling them extremist Muslims? What's going on with this?
it's all this language game, word police bullshit. Everyone, you have to fucking, everyone has to sit there and argue over definitions and quibble over what words should be used in what situations all the fucking time.
Well,
Like,
you remember
that's what's most important.
You remember the guy who shot the news reporter and the cameraman. When that happened, there was the one guy, TJ, that was like, call him a racist, TJ.
Yeah, I remember.
He is a racist.
I said he might well be. I said maybe he is a racist.
No, declare it.
No, I'm not comfortable declaring it. I don't know
Fuck
for sure.
you, boy.
I don't know for sure he was a
and,
racist.
And at the same time, remember when you said it was a mass shooting? People were like, that's not a mass shooting, TJ. You're a moron.
Well, it qualifies under the definition of mass shooting. And there's no one definition of mass shooting, but
you don't know.
The website I used said any incident where three or more people are
Moron.
shot.
Micro dick.
Learn to fucking read.
3 or more people are shot. Sorry.
The clear and present danger that's happening in the world.
The word battle is coming from the Republicans. They're saying, if you don't say it exactly
is
our
at
way,
war with us, and
Sure,
you're trying
and
to parse
we're at war
This is
with
absolutely
terrorist
insane.
jihadi radicals. We are 100% agreed about this.
Well, not everyone agrees in that sense, but we'll leave that point there. On the other hand, you had this debate between Hillary Clinton and Martin O'Malley, where all of a sudden Martin O'Malley sounded a little bit more hawkish, saying America should be the one.
I feel like I'm listening to a bunch of high school football players sitting around talk about the news, like trying to sound smart at the same time.
Like, how much is Hillary even bench, dude? I don't even know.
Who leads? Maybe in the Twilight Zone. It is Saturday night. You never know, but that's what Ed Henry reports. Where does this huge shift to the left for Clinton on foreign policy come from?
I don't know that it's a huge shift to the left. I think the point she was trying to make there is that if you put an American face on the battle against ISIS, again, that's what ISIS wants. ISIS wants to say America's the big bad guys, and we're the ones who can take them on. We're the ones who have them.
They didn't even attack America. They attacked France. The only statement they issued is about how France fucking sucks. They didn't even say shit about America. I mean, maybe they have in other materials, but when they did this attack, they specifically said, fuck France. It's like the capital of prostitution and degeneracy and shit.
It's sinful. It's evil.
They didn't even mention the fucking U.S., and now these motherfuckers are on here like, yeah, that's what ISIS wants from us, you know? ISIS didn't even fucking do anything to you.
Well, they're morons, so everything has to just be equated. Like, how does it affect Americans?
I'm not saying that ISIS loves America or that
Obviously
ISIS might not attack America in the future.
obviously
They
not.
might. But this attack wasn't on America. This was on France.
It's just like how the media likes to cover things like an American was killed in Paris. It's like because the other people's lives just didn't matter.
Yeah, I hate that shit when it's like, we got the name of the American killed. It's like, I don't give a special amount more of a fuck because they're American.
Oh, well, you're a monster.
And it's like, whenever I've actually had people when I say that, they're like, you should love your own countrymen better than other people. Well, I don't. Fuck you.
No, that's bullshit.
I don't love anybody, really, but, you know, at least not some random strangers.
scared.
Isn't
And that
this-
helps them recruit, and it makes our lives more dangerous.
But at some level, isn't that a continuation of the Obama foreign policy? Leave from behind. We're going to go into Libya. That didn't work out so well. Is there a lesson to be learned here, Pete?
Leland, ISIS isn't.
What was that? What was that look? You see that?
Yeah.
He was like, he just like kind of gave this weird little smile and raised his eyebrow. Is this some kind of Illuminati gesture? What's going on here?
So they're willing to criticize Obama for Libya, but they're not. Why aren't they ragging on Bush for fucking Iraq? It's like the thing that probably is more than likely the root of what contributed to.
God, that had nothing to do with it, Scotty. Fucking stupid, bro.
What?
Fucking stupid. No, nothing to do with it. Remember, even Hillary Clinton, that stupid fucking evil bitch, actually during that debate sat there and tried to say that the events of Iraq didn't lead to ISIS and shit, because of course she voted for it, so she has to be like, you know, these extremist elements existed long before
when I first heard of ISIS, it was like I saw someone post a video. It's like this is this group called ISIL raiding this judge's house and killing this judge in Iraq that ruled against these people that they supported, and I was like, really? And, like, they talk about all this, like the weaponry they had and shit, like that was basically just left over from the American occupation of Iraq, and I was like, what the fuck? And that's when I first heard about it. So I mean, it really seems like that's the area they really did take shape in and start in.
Yeah, but she's saying, oh, well, there's always been extremism in this region. It's like, yeah, but it was under control under Saddam Hussein, who, yeah, no one thinks he was a nice guy, whatever, but you went in there and you voted to take him out, and you did, and we tried for fucking more than a decade to build some kind of fucking stable country there. But even now, as soon as we leave, that's when the fucking crazy Islamic bullshit starts, and you get your ISIS, or you get your Al-Qaeda, or you get your Hezbollah, or you get whatever the fuck you get. And it happens every time.
Yeah, I think now these people are honestly like Saddam is like a wet dream to them. It's like, at least Saddam was just one crazy dictator that just had a bunch of palaces and like, I'm awesome! I mean, he did terrible shit to his people in his own country, but besides Kuwait, he didn't really... It was mostly just rabble-rousing, like, I'm going to do a bunch of shit. He was just like, but he basically was like Kim Jong-il was.
I think the worst thing that he did was he used, like, chemical weapons against the Kurds.
Yeah, he did terrible shit, but I mean, look what ISIS is doing.
Yeah. I think Saddam is looking like the lesser of two evils lately.
They want to kill us and our allies and destroy our culture.
Well, that's,
and execute
they're enemies.
Christians around the world. Period. I mean,
Don't you want to destroy ISIS's culture too?
Don't you want to kill? Don't you? I mean, I've heard tons of people like, make fucking ISIS a glassy, make Syria a glassy.
So,
what do you think they're saying?
Yeah,
kill them all.
People in America want to do that shit too. So.
Gotta kill them all. ISIS.
That's what's at stake here.
Absolutely.
This isn't about wordsmithing here.
We agree on that. So, John,
100%.
is it a... Forget for a moment the Republican Democrat. Simply, politically speaking, 48 hours after Paris, is that the time to make this very nuanced observation in this very nuanced argument?
As far as I can tell, it's other people who are picking on, will you say the word Islam or will you say the word Muslim?
So wait, are you saying that after a big major tragedy, we should just like throw nuance?
Turn our brain off! Bomb! Bomb! Bomb!
We just need to stop thinking all complex like and just learn to fucking follow our gut instinct and just blow shit up. You know?
Drop fucking Stallone in there with an M60 and just like a bunch of grenades and be like, just go take care of ISIS, dude.
I got this.
Jihadis. We know who we're talking about. The
John,
question
what about
is
leadership? I mean, seriously, what about saying we have to close our borders right now, just the way the French are?
If you're a Muslim, we are not your enemy.
Of
That's
course,
very important.
Wait, we have to close our borders?
Well, France did close its borders.
No, but he's saying that we have to close our borders.
Oh, he's saying we have to close.
I thought he said that. I don't know.
Of course, we're not
Maybe
at war with
We're
peaceful
all
Muslims,
agreed.
but we are at war with radical Islam. They have their sights set on us and our culture, and they're trying to take it to us. So how about some decisions instead of talking about the role that climate change is trying to have on the world, and actually focus on the problem head on? That's the problem. That's really, I mean, I don't think there was any.
Climate change is a much bigger problem. You're a moron. Beat yourself to death with a brick. It looks like you already started, based on your face.
Yeah.
But, maybe you just finished the job. I don't know. Next.
This guy actually, and that screenshot just looks like insane. Like, yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right? And it's like, yeah, sure, dude.
Sure, man. We all get you.
He reminds me of this like crazy guy I saw in like the subway in fucking London. Like just like some like wide-eyed, like you know what I'm saying is right. It's like, yeah, sure, dude.
Sure is.
Just stay over there.
We wanted to take an opportunity to mention Rage Feed, our gaming channel.
Rage Feed.
Check it out. Go there, subscribe. Now
More content coming soon.
Yes, we have a capture device for consoles now. And we have some older consoles, and we also have all kinds of stuff. All kinds of games to play.
Stuff, y'all. We got stuff.
Ridiculously bad games, ridiculously good games, ridiculously
Everything in
mediocre
between.
games.
Yeah. We're gonna run the fucking gamut on Rage Feed.
Yep.
Run the gamut. Stop hitting the table, you fucking
No!
piece of
Hit the
shit.
table. I'll fucking hit you then.
Ow.
Table or you, TJ?
I don't know. Stop it.
This one says Hillary Clinton turns her Wall Street support into a post 9/11
I saw that.
strength.
It was really fucking.
Oh, me and TJ were like, she just pulled the fucking 9/11, dude.
She did like the Lois Griffin moment.
9/11. Back when 9/11.
9/11 happened, so
9/11.
It was like you have a super PAC and 9/11.
Well, because you Secretary Clinton, you'll get a chance to respond. You said they know what they're going to get. What are they going to get?
I have never heard a candidate, who has received huge amounts of money from oil, from coal, from Wall Street, from the military-industrial complex. Not one candidate said, "Oh, these campaign contribution will not influence me. I'm going to be independent." Well, why do they make millions of dollars of campaign contributions?
Because they love a political process in America. They don't expect anything in return.
Yeah, a perfectly valid fucking question. Now, just listen to this response.
Yeah, there's nothing mockable or laughable about that question. Why would all of these corporations give all this money to political candidates if they didn't expect anything from them in return? Of course they do.
Regardless of your political leanings, that's a valid fucking question.
Sure.
They expect to get something. Everybody knows that. Once again, I am running a
Everybody knows
campaign differently than any other candidate. We are relying on small campaign donors, 750,000 of them, $30 a piece. That's who I'm indebted to.
Well, John, wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
He used his answer to impugn my integrity. Let's see.
No, you don't have any integrity to impugn.
Hillary's been impugned. You have impugned my honor, sir.
She has no integrity. How are you supposed to impugn?
I
something
slap
that
thy
doesn't exist?
face and challenge thee to a duel.
Shut up. She has no honor. She has no integrity. There's nothing to.
You have no honor, TJ.
You are without honor.
Frank here. Oh, wait a minute, Senator. You know, not only do I have hundreds of thousands of donors, most of them small, and I'm very proud that for the first
Mostly
time,
fucking idiots.
a majority of my donors are women, 60%.
So wait a minute. Should they be
female
snapping?
lobbyists.
They should be snapping.
Yeah.
That's the proper non-triggering way to clap.
Yep.
I represented New York, and I represented New York on 9/11. When we were attacked, where were we attacked?
Remember that, you guys? Remember how pertinent to the question that is.
You have a super PAC, and basically you receive all this money. What do they get in return? And I was there on 9/11.
Hillary, why do all these giant corporations give to your campaign? And isn't it a fair point that they expect something back from you when they give those giant contributions? I was there on 9/11 when the towers fell.
And I held a small child weeping who had lost his father in the rubble.
We were attacked in downtown Manhattan, where Wall Street is.
Okay.
Oh, that's the connection. That's where Wall Street is.
And they stand against 9/11. So Wall Street is against 9/11, and so that's okay to take the money.
We did spend a whole lot of time and effort helping them rebuild. That was good for New York. It was good for the economy, and it was a way to rebuke the terrorists who had attacked our country.
This has nothing to do with what was asked of you.
There should be a little robot that comes out. Evan LeFevre, get on this. Comes out, and when people clap for that response that literally has nothing to do with the question whatsoever, they should just all be immediately shot with a laser.
Wouldn't that be a Gail thing, like the photo execution?
Let's get
Gail,
the photo execution.
Gail, get on that.
Someone needs to do this.
We'll just tell Gail they're Jesuits. It's all Jesuits. They're all Jesuits.
Anyone who applauds someone who literally didn't even make a point should be shot.
So, you know, it's fine for you to say what you're going to say, but I look very carefully at your proposal. Reinstating Glass-Steagall is a part of what very well could help, but it is nowhere near enough.
If we regulate Wall Street, it'll be bad because 9/11. That's basically what the answer amounts to.
9/11.
And it's laughable because she goes further on to say, like, well, I want to actually do more than that. I'm actually want to regulate them even harder. It's like, come on, Hillary, you're not going to do shit to Wall Street besides bend over.
Remember when she talked? Remember in the first debate when she was talking about the big banks and Bernie Sanders like, we need to break them up, and she's like, you know, I gave the banks a talking to, and I said, knock it off, you guys. You cut it out.
Oh, the banks run fucking Hillary. That's pretty obvious.
No, man. Hillary's got the banks running from her,
fuck
man.
Hillary. She's so full of shit.
Oh, man, nah, she's authentic. She's a real candidate.
It's like she's wrong on almost every major issue. It's pitiful.
All right.
Okay.
If anyone out there wants to send us stuff, you can send it to this address.
The Drunken Peasants, P.O. Box 767. 715 Shawan, that's Shawan, Falls Drive, Dublin, Ohio 43017.
Yes.
You can send us stuff.
Send TJ Cheetos immediately.
The interesting stuff that we get, we will review on the show.
We'll put on the show if it's interesting.
Yes.
Please don't send us Ebola or anything like that.
You're going to get Ebola, dude.
Thank you.
You just asked for it.
No, I didn't. I said don't send Ebola.
Reverse psychology. Reverse psychology, TJ.
Don't send no Ebola to the peasants. Please don't do it. No.
Here's that weird pastor that was talking about Harry Potter.
Oh, yeah, that's the fucking... Oh, my God.
He says he would cover himself in cow manure if his son got gay married.
Okay.
I really hope it happens.
I was thinking, you know, there are parents, and this is not a funny thing, there are families whose... we're talking
is he
Christian
stroking
families,
his dick right
pastors'
now?
families, elders' families.
Yes.
It kind of looks
Good
like
godly
it.
church, their sons are rebelling, hanging out with homosexuals and getting married, and the parents are invited.
Oh, yeah,
What
the
would
parents.
you do if that was the case?
Yeah, kids
Here's what I
having
would
all
do.
kinds of gay sex
Sackcloth
now.
and ashes at the
Yeah.
entrance to the
His
church.
body language is so
Shit
strange.
in cow manure.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd spread it all over my body. That's what I would do. And I'm not kidding.
Okay.
So you would get a bunch of cow manure and you would like, literally just strip down naked.
This sounds like a fantasy
And
of
like
his.
spread it over your body and just be like, stop getting gay married, son.
You know, if he's going to get gay married, I'm going to live out my fetish, too. I'm going to cover myself in cow shit.
I think that's what it really is. It's a tacit admission of his like secret fetishes.
I want a big, fat, genetically enhanced bovine cow with a fucking huge prolapsed anus to come take a fucking big, massive, grassy shit right on my fucking ugly,
Who are you to
stupid
judge,
face.
TJ?
Who am I to judge?
He likes shit.
I'm
Specifically
grieving.
cow shit.
I'm mourning. I'm pointing out the problem. That's not a
problem.
Pointing out the problem.
A gay
Cow
time.
manure.
That's why I have to cover
This is
myself in
these
cow
are the people with the
shit.
sores, the gaping sores, the sores that are pussy and gross, and people are coming in and carving
There's pussy sores.
Gross. You don't
happy
like
faces
them.
on the sores. That's not a nice thing to do.
Look what it says on the fucking podium.
Freedom.
Freedom 2015. What?
What kind of audience is sitting there listening to this shit, and why have they not left?
It's a bunch of whack jobs that think this guy is right.
I mean, like, even if I was a crazy Christian whack job, if some guy on the stage is like, you know, if my gay son gets married, I'm gonna cover myself in cow shit. I'd be like, done, time to go.
It's basically the gathering of bigotry where it's all like, I'm glad I have this religion, so all my personal opinions can be validated. And this guy's like, you right to think that. So I mean, that's clearly what's going on.
Don't you dare carve happy faces on open pussy sores. Don't you ever do that. Don't you ever do that. I tell you, don't do it.
Don't you ever dare carve happy faces on open pussy sores.
That's really specific.
What?
Just don't do it.
Open pussy sores, carve the happy face.
Sackcloth and ashes.
What?
This is what America needs.
It needs
America
cow
needs
shit.
To hear the message.
Not this message. Yeah, you are. I agree with that.
Yeah, man. After I watched that, I
Holy shit. Yeah. You know, the final summation there.
Did you guys know? I think someone
pretty
actually.
apt.
I think they tried to like. I'm not sure who did it, but they actually like someone tried to get like Right Wing Watch's like YouTube channel like removed.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Well, we're about to wrap it up, guys. Please give the video a thumbs up.
Do it.
It just takes a moment. You just click the button.
Thumbs up.
It only takes
thumbs up.
It only takes 18 minutes to give it a thumbs up.
It probably only takes like 3 seconds. So
share it with all your friends.
Actually, what I want you guys to do this week is actually go find a friend on somewhere and send them this link.
Find like a friend. If you don't have any, just go up to a random person.
No, just like send a friend the show. That's what I want you to do. Send a friend this show and be like, just say to them, watch this shit, you fucking twat. And see how they react. And send us their reactions. Maybe if they have a funny reaction, we'll put it on the show. You never know. All right. Have a good one, y'all. Give us a thumbs up if you liked the show. And
we're a show ever. You suck, TJ.
It is. You're the worst.
You're fat, you have man tits.
Your deviated
micropenis.
septum ruined the show once again.
Good night, everybody.
Fuck you, TJ.
Good night and good